Oh. I'm not ready for that yet. We're in the wrong place. Although that does show, like, I don't know why that's always messed up. I don't know why that's always showing. It's always peeking through anymore. I'm just a mess. I don't know how to do anything anymore. Why is my hair all like goofy? I need to get a haircut. Hello! I just sat down. Welcome to my stream. Music Man Joe, welcome. Racing Fan, I saw you in here earlier. If you're still here, hello, hello. Corjan, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. Objection, your hair is fine. Now it's getting, you can see how it does this flare thing over my ear. Oops. I'm getting flare hair. I get really thick, my hair's thicker on the sides a little bit. Compared to like the rest, compared to the rest of me, and I need to trim my hair around my ears, get that all evened out a little bit. What was I looking for? I distracted myself with literally just nothing. I need. Oh! I was gonna open up my. Oh, guys, you know what I discovered? I want to say that very excitedly. You know what I discovered? We figured out from the longer streams that we were doing on the 8-hour and 12-hour streams, where we were doing like stuff with my browser, like watching videos and stuff. I think I figured why we were getting flashbanged and the colors were all doing goofy things. Erica, welcome to the stream. Objection. Where's my sweet prosecutor? I'm not gonna tell you. He's locked away forever. I think I figured out the coloring issue. Apparently, I had a browser hardware acceleration thingy-mabob turned on, and I think that was what was doing it. Because I was messing around with my browser settings today, because I was getting some weird color issues actually with YouTube. And I'm like, what the freak is going on? And I think we've diagnosed that was the problem. So exciting news for me, as a technical behind-the-scenes thing, I think we figured out why that was happening, and I think it shouldn't happen anymore. Because that was irritating. Because I would have loved to fix it on stream when we were having those problems. I just didn't know how. I didn't know what the problem was. I was like, I don't know what to do. Oh God, that was all one word. You are late. That's my message for today. Okay, bye. Decipher what it says yourself. There, I figured it out. I had to stop, look at it, read it slowly, break it apart. I figured it out. Are you actually leaving? Hi, Derica. Welcome to the stream. The prosecutor. This is a game about a defense attorney, yet the prosecutor is the first person that comes to your mind. Yeah, no, Erica's got a thing for Edgeworth. And he'll show up. Edgeworth is involved. Don't you worry. No, I know exactly who Erica's looking for. I know exactly what this is all about. I need to post a tweet, guys. I mean, no one's gonna come over from Twitter, but I need to post a tweet. We're going live with Phoenix. I almost said Phoenix Wright attorney. Phoenix Wright Ace attorney trilogy. Right now. Come say hi. There we go. We've got a YouTube link and a Twitch link. Don't you shark me, I'm tweeting! No sharks! I should say X. We're Xing. Where's the sharks? Are there sharks back there? Any sharks in the ocean? Are we safe? We clear? Anybody? No, I think we're good. There's a YouTube link and my Twitch link. Because we're on both. We're still doing the both. We're still doing the multi-streaming thing. It's actually, shockingly, still working. I honestly expected it to crash and burn. Truthfully. Truly. There we go. That's being posted. I'm trying to be better about posting alerts to things. Technically, Discord automatically posts alerts in the notice board. Here's a question that I would love to know. I wonder if people have... I wouldn't be surprised. See, here's the thing with the automatic notification system on Discord. What's your username? MagicManMo. It's the same there as it is here. Give me a follow. It'll be great. I'm thinking about, since we started doing the multi-streaming, the October Magic Pass is going to actually combo subscribers and followers together, and then, well, subscribers on YouTube and followers on Twitch together, and like YouTube members and Twitch subscribers together, that kind of thing. I'm thinking about combining those things a little bit and doing a big old combined push. It'll make sense when you see it. Don't worry about it being complicated. But what I was saying about Discord is it automatically posts my YouTube stream, but I think it posts it when I schedule it. It doesn't actually post it when I'm live. That's the issue, and I schedule these things ahead of time. We're going live. I'm just gonna say we're going live. I'm gonna post the links. I gotta be better about this. That way people actually know. I don't know. Such MagicManMo. I feel like I'm trying to take the live stream seriously, you know? Do the things I haven't been doing. Know your Twitter username? I think I already follow you on Twitch. Oh, okay. My Twitter name is my actual name. It's do I actually good question. It's at Weston Hasty. Do I have, it used to be, I bet I don't. Where's Barry? Barry, do you have, oh god. Oh, Barry. Ooh, I just opened Barry up and he looks like a nightmare. I think he needs an update. Do I have the Twitch command? I used to have social media commands. No, I never made those again after the great Barry death of 2024. Oh, I forgot what I was looking for. I was gonna look up, I think I have. Sorry, I can't type and talk at the same time. I think I have my social media links all posted on my channel page. I at least used to. Do I still? I don't know. I think if you go to my actual YouTube channel, there should be a place with a bunch of links to a bunch of random stuff. I think they're all accurate still. Yeah, I do. Do I have my Twitter on there? I do. There you go. So if you want my Twitter or my Instagram or any of that stuff, it's also on my channel page. So that's a super easy way to find it. I don't know if that Discord link is the old one or the new one. And by new one, I mean it's been around for a while now, but the really old one? Oh no, okay, no, it's the good one. It's not the one that was broken. Okay, cool. There you go, got it. It's also in the description. Perfect, even better, it's in the description. I was trying to remember, I'm like, where do I have this information? I know I've posted all this information. Oh, this information before. Sorry, I'm checking some stuff. I can close my tweeter now. I can close my tweeter now. I need to minimize Barry because he doesn't need to be open, just running. So long as he's running, that's all I care about. Running, 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 running. Where's my Steam? I gotta open up the game still. We're playing, if you guys haven't figured out, based on me actually saying it, we're playing some Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, the Trilogy. We're in episode 5, day 3, where I think the prosecutor in this case is Prosecutor Gant, whatever his first name is, Mr. Gant. Mr. Gant! I think he murdered somebody, but the evidence is pointing towards kind of the, what was his name, Jake something? The cowboy, I'm gonna remember their names as soon as we get there. Edgeworth? Well, no. We don't think Edgeworth, Gant is the chief of police. Oh, is Edgeworth in his case? Gant is involved somehow. Jake Marshall, absolutely. That's the guy that they're trying to make us think did it, and I don't think he did it. He might be an accomplice, though. That's the thing that I don't know. This will all start coming back to us a little bit when I get it running. But they're trying to pin the whole thing on Edgeworth, I thought. That's right, they're having him prosecute his own thing or something? Damn, Edgeworth didn't do anything. We gotta go save Edgy Boy from whatever nonsense he did or didn't do. Damn it, Damon Gant. God God, that's a wild name. His theme is swimming anyone? Was he a big swimmer? I don't remember. I don't remember all the details of the situation. Woo! But I remember there was a cowboy. A cowboy lad. I need to, Can I full screen this? I'm not in full screen right now. Give me a second. You guys can't see anything, but let me... I don't want an itty bitty box. Ah, here we go. Resolution. I was like, I don't see it. I want a better resolution. Oh wait, here we go. Full screen? Ah, there we go. That's what we wanted. Back. Saving content. Fantastic. That's what I like to see. All right, let me get the game actually in here. Blam. Wham blam. I don't know what I'm singing. I got a song in my heart. I gotta sing it. As one does. He's always asking people if they've been swimming. Does he? I literally don't remember. The last time we played this, for those of you just joining us, or if it's just been a while, or whatever. We last played this January this year. It's been like 9 months. We've had a Phoenix Wright baby in the time that we've been away, and it's time to get back to it. We got a case. Yippee! We left the case wide open. We got work to do, and I hope you guys are ready for it, because we're gonna be sitting here on our butts and playing this for the next few hours. That's right, a few. We're doing a longer stream. Not a long stream, but a longer stream than the usual. Because I want to make some progress. Now, it doesn't help that we're starting a little bit late, but I hope you buckle in. Buckle in, boys. We're going in. Boys, girls, men, women, ladies, gentlemen, and others. Buckle in. We're in episode 5, Rise from the Ashes, day numero tres, Trial of Former. Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. I did peek ahead slightly. I was trying to look up some information just to refresh my memory, and I was making the thumbnail and stuff. I think there's another. I think we go into like a 4th or a 5th day in this episode. So I don't think this is going anywhere immediately in day 3. I don't remember what I saw, but I think there's a whole nother day. So I think we got lots of work, a lot of work to get ahead of us, to process, to go through. Before we hop in. Audio sound okay? It's actually a little bit loud for me on my side, but how's it on stream? Okay? Let me know, and we shall continue. I think I need to plug in my phone real quick. I think it's dying. It pays to share your opinion. I've got a Google survey I need to do. Not right now, but I keep putting it off. I do these like Google surveys for like a little bit of Google Store like credit. And I do that because I also pay for Google One, like online storage. So like I upload stuff to my Google Drive or whatever for a few bucks a month. And if I do like a few surveys in a month, it's basically free. Working the system, baby. All right, I think we're all good. Okay, let's hop in. Phoenix Wright. Should I do my, hang on. Looks like the day. Should I do my thing? Hello, friends, and welcome to Let's Play Ace Phoenix Wright Attorney Trilogy. That's what it says. It says Ace Phoenix Wright Ace. Welcome to Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trilogy. I'm your host, MagicManMo, and we are continuing into episode 5, where we left off yesterday. We were playing this just yesterday. Hush, hush. It has not been 9 months. I don't know what you're talking about. February 24th, 9:41 a.m. District Court Defendant Lobby numero dos. I will say I don't remember the voices I gave anybody, so we're starting a completely fresh coat of paint on this one, so you'll just have to deal with it. So what do you think, Mr. Wright? I think the prosecution is as confused as we are. Me? Confused? I can't be confused if I don't know anything. After all, Lana? Who's Lana? Lana! Lana! I don't remember who you are.
The victim was murdered in 2 different places at the same time.
Oh, I remember that. Is Lana the queen? The murder queen? What was her name? The something queen. No, I don't know. You're not the something queen. Remember the lady we met in the parking lot forever ago? The ice cream queen or whatever her name was. You know what I'm talking about?
And a different suspect was arrested at each of the crime scenes. This voice doesn't match my personality.
Lana!
Good morning, Mr. Wright. I apologize for yesterday. I was indisposed.
I hope they didn't hold you too long for questioning.
We just finished, actually. I'm used to all-nighters, though.
God, were they questioning you all night? God, let me rest. So how'd it go?
It says Mr. Wright suspects. The police are clueless. I figured as much, so I struck a plea bargain.
A plea bargain? What do you mean by that? It means she's gonna say she's guilty and just not get sentenced as bad.
We agreed that if I told them the truth behind this simultaneous murder, they wouldn't seek capital punishment. That's what I mean, Emma.
Which would be murder. I mean, the death penalty. Lana Skye, chief prosecutor. Is this the chief prosecutor? Oh, okay, gotcha. Wait, Lana Skye. Oh, that's Emma's sister then. We need like full names in here so I can remember who these people are. What's with that voice?
Look, it's the one I chose. So I'm rolling with it.
I guess I can go to the court record actually and remind myself who these people are. We've got, oh, that's right. We got Miles Edgeworth. We know who he is. We know Dick Gumshoe, my man. Emma Skye, who's our partner. Lana Skye, here we go. The defendant and chief prosecutor for the district, wounded on her right hand. Ooh, I forgot about that. Angel Star, that's the queen, the cough-up queen. That's who I was trying to think of, the cough-up queen. I didn't remember what, I thought it was food-related, but I think that's because she was selling us food in the parking lot. Mysterious lunch lady, witness to the murder, known as the cough-up queen. Jake Marshall, a patrolman investigating the incident at the prosecutor's office, thinks he's a cowboy. Damon Gant. I keep wanting to call him Grant. Man, it's just not a nice name. I can't stop myself from putting an R in there. District Chief of Police, though he might not seem it, he's top dog in the PD. Chief of Police. Bruce Goodman, he's our man who's dead. The victim and a good man. Literally, Goodman, good man. Detective in criminal affairs who handled the SL9 case. And this maniac, Mike Meekins, patrolman with general affairs, suspected of killing Goodman in the evidence room. And he's too incompetent as far as like grand scheming murders goes. I think he's probably a decent beat cop or whatever, but he's not like some scheming murderer. There's no way. Ain't no way. Gant is French for glove. I think I remember you telling me that. Actually. The last time we were doing this. It's Emma, not Emma. It's whatever. Same thing. Where were we? Capital punishment, that's right. But Lana, don't tell me you...
Much to my regret. Much the same way I regret this choice of voice. I'm as much in the dark about this as they are.
Ms. Skye. We found trace evidence of a certain person in the police department's evidence room. Yeah, we found Jake's fingerprints. They belong to Officer Jake Marshall. I snooped that a little bit from my last stream to kind of give me a little bit of a refresher, but I forgot to go back and watch the rest of my stream, so I don't know much.
What kind of trace evidence?
Blood-stained fingerprints, to be exact. That's the trump card I have up my sleeve today. You do understand what this means, don't you? In order to defend my sister, you're going to accuse Mr. Marshall? Even though I'm pretty sure he didn't do it. I think he's involved, I just don't think he did it. We have to play the cards we're dealt. Isn't that right, Ms. Skye?
Do what you have to, Mr. Wright.
That was a very non-committal, like, you're not on the right track, but look, I'm not gonna stop you. February 24th, 10 a.m., District Court, courtroom numero 9. I almost said 9, numero 9, which wouldn't have been wrong, that's not what I meant to say.
Court is now in session for the trial of Ms. Lana Skye.
The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution is...
I'm afraid you'll have to
Yeah, how do you clarify a humph? You can't clarify a humph! A harumph? It takes 30 minutes by car to reach the police department from the prosecutor's office. Yet the victim, Bruce Goodman, was slain at both places at the same time.
But that's not physically possible, is it? What's more, I hear the victim from the evidence room just disappeared.
The victim from the evidence... Oh, no, not right now. Yippee! Yeah, there he is! It's your boy! It's the Edge Man himself! Mr. Miles Edgeworth! Should I have done that? Should I have done a big grand entrance? Yes, and the body eventually reappeared in the trunk of Mr. Edgeworth's car. Wow. This is one messed up trial. One of my duties as prosecutor is to present impartial evidence. Today I will present evidence relating to the murder at the police department. In so doing, I believe the way in which we should proceed will reveal itself. Now that's what set Mr. Edgeworth apart. He sounds so on top of things. I struggled to read that there for a sec. Even though he doesn't know what's going on himself. And that's supposed to be an admirable trait? What?
Very well, let the trial resume. On the day of the crime, what exactly transpired at the police department? Mr. Edgeworth, you may call your first witness of the day to the stand.
For its first witness, the prosecution calls the suspect of the murder that occurred at the police department.
The suspect? You mean the so-called murderer?
I should have given Edgeworth a terrible voice just to drive you specifically insane. Oh. It moved on before I could read it. Normally I have to click. Will the witness please state his name and occupation? Oh God, it's Meeks. Yes, sir! I am Officer Mike Meekins, sir! My occupation is, that would be murderer, sir! You can't be occupation murderer. You can't just confess on the stand like that. Shut up! This is gonna make you very difficult to defend, Mr. Meekins. And no one's buying it.
So you're telling us you're a professional killer?
That would make him a hitman. Mr. Meekins. Police patrolman and hitman. Sir, that was me, sir. I'm the one who did it. I'll never kill anyone again, sir. You've got to believe me, sir. You didn't kill anyone to begin with. Also, someone take his, microphone thing away. Oh, sir, I'm what you would call part of the younger generation, sir. A person whose actions adults can't possibly comprehend.
Please, Mr. Edgeworth, sir. Help me, sir.
Officer Meekins. Yes, sir! Give us your report of the crime. Consider that an order. Yes, sir, as you wish. After all, I am part of a generation that must be told what to do, sir. What is this slander on the younger generation? Who was the younger generation when this game came out? That would have been like me, right? When did this game come out? Was Gen Z even a thing yet that was in the workforce? I don't think so. Maybe. When did this game come out? I don't remember. You can't fault him for a lack of enthusiasm. Crime report, sir. Here we go. It's the witness testimony. Although it's not my normal duty, I was assigned to guard the evidence room that day. I spotted a suspicious man on the security screen and rushed into the room. I was only doing what I was trained to do, sir. I was suddenly attacked. I fought for all my life, then I did it. After that, I passed out until another officer smacked me awake.
So the victim, Detective Goodman, attacked you?
Do unto two others. I don't think that two needs to be there. Do unto others before they do unto you. That's what the Meekins family motto says, sir.
I see. Then you fainted and a colleague helped you regain consciousness.
Yes, sir. He knocked me upside the head, sir.
Very well. The defense may begin its cross-examination.
What I need here is more info to work with. Oh no, not this guy, right? Yes, this guy. Crime report, sir. Let's inspect our information. Hold on a sec. What do I have for item? We're gonna press a bunch of stuff, but what am I holding in my pocket? We got our badge. I have Goodman's ID. Found at the crime scene. It's got an ID number, which was important with the fingerprinting stuff. I remember that kind of. I just don't remember the numbers. King of Prosecutors trophy. Given to Edgeworth, King of Prosecutors at the PD on the day of the murder. I think I did remember that. Did we find out, or didn't we suspect that maybe Gant's fingerprints are ID number like 000000 or something? Like there was something that really stood out to me. Edgeworth's knife, the murder weapon, usually in Edgeworth's toolbox, traces a victim's blood, but no prints. Because Gant always wears a glove! That's why it doesn't matter who had fingerprints, because the boy was wearing a glove! Parking stub, record of parking in the prosecutor's office lot, entered lot 512. No, not 512, 1712. Same thing. Blue Badger panel was allegedly dancing in the evidence room at the time of the murder at the PD. Okay. It's got a hand on it. Did we ever get the fingerprints off the hand of this thing? Goodman's autopsy report, death due to loss of blood, 1 knife wound, died within an hour and a half of 4 p.m., which lines up with the parking ticket. Goodman's note, victim's memo found in the car trunk. Didn't we decide that like it's like upside down, or we discovered something about that at one point in time? Lana's cell phone, the word muffler, was overheard during a call made to Emma at 5:18. Parking lot floor plans, the floor plans of the parking lot. Crime photo taken by Angel Star that has Lana in it. We have the victim's shoe, a white enamel shoe, bears traces of blood from Goodman and Lana Skye. The switchblade knife found on the crime scene wrapped in the defendant's muffler, small tag attached. Not to be confused with Edgeworth's knife. Our luminol testing fluid, I don't think that's helpful here. ID card record, IDs of all who entered the evidence room on 2/21. I think that's the one where, that's what it was. It was 777-7777. I bet you anything, I would put fat stacks of cash on that being Gant's ID number. I already forget what Goodman's was. Oh no, it's this one, I guess. We got Miles and we got Bruce for sure. Bruce. We got our fingerprint set, a screwdriver as evidence from a past case of Edgeworth's brought back to his office by Gant's request, maybe to get fingerprints off of it. Goodman's lost item report, handwritten document dated 2/21 can only be submitted to the chief of police. ID 5, item lost. It doesn't say what was lost, actually. You sharking me? Turbo, hey! Welcome to the stream. I feel like I haven't seen you in a while. But you're banned for sharking me, so easy come, easy go. Goodbye. No, I'm just kidding. Evidence room floor plans of the evidence room. The rubber glove, tagged evidence from the SL9 incident. Extremely thin rubber glove. Is checking it just looking at the... Yeah, this. I don't know how to move. I don't know how to move the... Here we go. It's not highlighting. Don't worry about that right now. What else we got? We have the evidence locker. Only the assigned detective's prints can unlock it. Indicator lamp lights up when it's open. Unstable jar piece back together from fragments found at the crime scene. A piece is missing. We haven't found that piece. And we have Marshall's fingerprints, which we just found. Okay, cool. Let's get back. I just wanted to look at all the stuff we had because we haven't looked at them in a long time. Let's go ahead and press them for some info, shall we? Mr. Meekins, you work in the General Affairs Department, do you not?
Yes, sir! I am in charge of hiring new recruits, sir!
Yikes, now there's a scary thought. Evidence transferal was taking place on the day of the crime, which meant many officers were given special tasks not ordinarily performed.
I was in charge of guarding the Blue Badger, sir!
The Blue Badger?
Yes, sir, the lovely police mascot created by the Chief of Detectives, sir! I was to ensure it wasn't broken during the transferal process. That was my sole mission for the day, sir!
It was found in the evidence locker, apparently.
I see. Sounds like a very, important mission.
After the award ceremony finished that day, there were so many people running around that I relocated the Blue Badger to the evidence room.
Oh, so that's why you went to the evidence room.
Which means he didn't go there to kill anyone. It would have been completely circumstantial. And tell us, what did you see when you got there? It's this leaning forward, this face of pure lunacy here. I would not want to run into him in a dark alley. I would poop myself. He spotted a suspicious man on the security screen and ran into the room. In order to enter the evidence room, you need an ID card, am I correct?
Precisely, sir! I have one right here around my neck!
So then, your ID number should be listed on here, right? Is it not? I don't know, I don't remember what his number is.
There it is! I found it! This is the one right here!
Could you please read us the number?
Yes, sir! It's 4989596! That's my number, sir!
I see. Huh? But the number 4989596 is shown as being used twice! Bum, bum, bum! I think we came to that conclusion last time. I think we pieced that together. We just hadn't pieced it together in-game yet. Please explain, witness.
It's no real mystery, sir. The first time is when I relocated the Blue Badger to the evidence room. And the second time is when I went to go get him after everything settled down.
I see. So it was during that second time when...
Yes, sir. That was when I spotted the man on the security screen.
Data added to the ID card record. Yeah.
I was only doing what I was trained to do, sir. I was suddenly attacked.
So you were attacked. Can you please tell us exactly what happened to you?
It was a knife, sir. A knife!
Detective Goodman pulled a knife on you? What happened then?
Well, with me charging in on him like that, he looked as surprised as I was.
You aren't exactly the kind of person someone would want to run into. That's what I was saying. I wouldn't want to run into him in a dark alley.
That's when I reacted, sir. I swung my arms like an octopus, struggling to detain him. That's how I got this gash on my hand.
Maybe if you just kept your cool, your hand wouldn't be...
When I saw the blood trickling down my arm, I panicked. I grabbed the man by his collar. I fought for my life, then I did it.
What exactly do you mean when you say did it? Because that could mean anything. Mo, here's a tip. Go to the options and where it says text box, press high. Why? What does that do? Can you guys not read the text box? It's set to off. Oh, it's a transparency. Is there a reason for that? Do you guys want it transparent? Does it matter? Is there anything you're really gonna see out of that? Hold on, let's see what it looks like. Is that better? Yay or nay, everybody? Do we want it like this? We can do that, as long as it's legible. I think I'm streaming at a high enough bit rate that shouldn't be a problem, though. Back in the day, when I used to do my 480p streams, you wanted a good, solid background because the words would have been real fuzzy. You can see behind the text box. Everybody like that? We'll do that. Cool. Yay! Usler the Great, welcome to the stream. Hi there. Where was I? What do you mean by did it?
I don't know. I know I don't look the type, but I'm really into kung fu films, sir.
I can see you being into the kung fu films. I don't see you being into kung fu. See, that's the thing.
The man let his guard down for just an instant, so I snatched his knife from him.
You took his knife?
I spun him around and performed a disarming maneuver. I made sure to close my eyes like a man.
Just eyes closed, swinging his knife around. I need to get like an emoji of me holding a knife. That's a kitchen knife. I've just never brought it back to the kitchen. It sits on my desk. See, he must have been desperate.
The next thing I knew, his white coat was drenched in a sea of my blood, and then the next thing I knew,
Yes?
he punched me right in my face, sir!
I think we cut our own hand, did no damage to him, and he left. Because his body ends up found in the parking garage. His body wasn't found in the evidence room, right? If I remember correctly, correct me if I'm wrong. It's been a hot minute.
After that, I passed out until another officer smacked me awake.
About what time did you regain consciousness?
No offense, sir, but how am I supposed to know that? I was unconscious.
Oh, right.
According to the report from the officer that woke up the witness, it was about 5:30.
He hit me right in the head, too. I woke up crying tears of pain.
That's nice. I mean, it's nice that you recovered, that is.
When I came around, though, I made sure to finish my mission, sir.
Your mission? What, about protecting the blue badger?
Yes, sir, the blue badger, sir. I returned him to the entrance before things got out of hand.
Well, we can all rest easy now.
I believe we now have a fairly accurate picture of what happened.
Yes, Your Honor. Only one thing remains unclear. Was the man this officer murdered really the victim? I mean, if you're arguing that Meekins was performing self-defense because he took the knife from Goodman. He's got a point.
Yes, Officer Meekins?
With regard to that, sir, take a look at this. It was sent to my jail cell.
Oh God, what is this? We got new stuff. We got new evidence to add.
Chief Gatt delivered it to me just this morning, sir.
The chief delivered it?
What is that? A videotape?
Yes, sir. That's absolutely right, sir. A videotape, sir. It contains footage from the security camera in the evidence room.
What? But I specifically asked if there was such a tape, and was told it had been mistakenly erased.
That's quite a mistake.
I just do what I'm told, sir. It's the only thing I'm really good at.
Looks like communication with the police department is as good as ever.
Well then, let's have a look. Show us the video of you murdering the victim.
Oh, please stop using that word, murderer, sir. It scares me.
A video of a real murder. Just what are we getting ourselves into? I feel like it's not going to be as clear. We'll see. We'll see. Let's see what we got here. The music. The music, though. That's Goodman's coat. But we didn't have a clear shot of his face. Which means it could have been someone else in that coat. Dude, what if Jake? Oh my God, is it Jake? And not Goodman? It easily could be. Who else has an injured, who else has an injury? That did not look like Kung Fu. That looked like Meekins should have straight up got murdered. That was absolutely Meekins getting attacked. Guys, I don't think Meekins did it. Meekins did not even take the weapon away. He never even had a chance. Dot, 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 indeed creepy a little bit with the music.
Well, I believe we're all thinking the same thing.
The Meekin's got his absolute trash handed to him.
How can we deal with these unsettling feelings stirred within us?
What the heck was that wriggling piece of plywood?
Sir, that is the pride and joy of the entire criminal affairs department, sir. It's the Blue Badger, sir.
Why am I not surprised this isn't going smoothly? Security video added to the court record. Alright.
Yes, well, anyway, this tape seems to prove that the witness did indeed encounter, someone in the evidence room, and some sort of, activity did take place.
Your Honor, instead of relying on clearly incomplete footage, the witness's testimony will suffice.
Edgeworth, I don't think it will, because the testimony we got from,
Meekins tells a different story than what we all just watched ourselves.
Is that all right with you, Officer Meekins?
Oh, Meekins' opinion doesn't matter here.
Yes, sir, as you wish, sir.
I don't think his testimony, honestly, matters. I mean, his testimony matters, but his opinion on whether his testimony matters doesn't matter. Mystery Man.
His face can't be clearly seen in the video.
Now, I can't press on this. We just have to go through his new testimony.
But there's no question that the other person was Detective Goodman, sir.
Oh, I think there's question. Because, do we have... Yeah, Goodman's ID is 584, but he was dead in the parking lot. Let me get back to this. I want to look at the cart. 584. Yeah, he's registered as coming in. What are the times here? Like right before Meekins. Do we have, we've got Jake's fingerprints. Do we have Jake's not fingerprints, ID? Did we ever, is that something we've ever discovered? What was the evidence locker went to, can I open it? What's the situation here? I could investigate, I don't know what I'm looking at here. I don't know if did we ever get his ID? I don't think so. I would love to see his ID. Anyway, sorry, that was for me.
There's no denying that was Detective Goodman, sir. I mean, he opened the locker, which required Detective Goodman's fingerprint to do.
Ah, that's the information I was looking for. So it did need Goodman's fingerprints to get in. There might be a way to fake that, though. I don't know.
The locker he opened is unquestionably Detective Goodman's locker, sir. So it must be him. No one else could have unlocked it.
I doubt it. I'm doing a hard X to doubt on that one.
What's this about a fingerprint?
Each detective has been given a locker equipped with a fingerprint-activated lock. These locks ensure that each locker can only be opened by the detective it belongs to.
Intriguing. That would mean the victim at the crime scene would have to have been Detective Goodman. Very well, the defense may begin its cross-examination.
I don't know where this cross-examination will lead, but everything begins with contradictions. That's where I'll have to start. Mystery Man!
His face can't be clearly seen in the video.
Tell me, were you able to get a good look at him? At the face of the man who attacked you with a knife?
Yes, sir. If you must label people as having seen or not seen the man's face, I believe I would be classified as the latter.
The latter? But you were standing right in front of him, were you not?
More to the point, you are the person who fought him, aren't you?
Oh, yes, sir, but I didn't get a clear look at his face, sir.
So he doesn't even know who he saw.
I'm not the kind of guy who looks directly at people when talking with them, you see.
Yeah, that's a good trait for a police officer. It's not. That was sarcasm. It's a terrible trait.
Still, I'm sure it was him. I'd bet my badge on it.
That's hearsay. Like, you don't even have any idea. You don't even have your own witness testimony on that. I mean, your own witness-ship or whatever. If you didn't witness his face, you can't witness Goodman existing there.
But there's no question that the other person was Detective Goodman, sir.
But you don't know that for sure, do you? You never actually saw Detective Goodman's face.
Well, I suppose you might say that.
That is, if you must label people as having seen or not seen. Haven't we already been through this? Did I accidentally go down the same route?
Since his face can't be identified in the video, only you can verify it.
Why is everyone looking at me? If I had to label your stares as disturbing or...
Meekins. Having been shown a questionable video at best, we are not in the best of moods. Now please be more certain when you testify.
Yes, sir.
You claimed the man who brandished a knife on you was Bruce Goodman. Tell us why you are positive it was him.
I mean, he opened the locker, which required Detective Goodman's fingerprint to do.
About these lockers, is there no other way to open them?
No, sir. I myself tried all kinds of methods in the past. They only respond to registered fingerprints, sir.
I wonder what kind of methods he's tried.
If the man opened the locker's lock, which only responds to its registered fingerprints, then he must be the person the locker was assigned to.
Exactly my point, sir. Yeah, and this too. The locker he opened is unquestionably Detective Goodman's locker, sir.
How do you know that information?
I've heard rumors, sir, from people in the know, sir.
People in the know?
The workers in the department cafeteria, sir. They keep me informed. I've got a network of informants. They also listen to my romantic troubles, sir.
So you've got a gaggle of people you talk to in a cafeteria. Which cafeteria? Lunch lady? The cough-up queen? Angel Star? Hold on a second. That's your people in the know. ... For the record, the opened locker did indeed belong to Detective Goodman. I verified this information through a more reliable source.
So the victim opened the locker with his own fingerprint.
So it must be him. No one else could have unlocked it.
This all sounds true enough, but the victim's body was found at the prosecutor's office. Was it found in the office? I think it was outside the office, in the parking lot, right? There has to be a mistake somewhere. The real thing's so much more intense than in the movies. Here you can use the player to watch it as much as you'd like. The security video. Maybe I should take another look at the footage. Alright, well if that's a clue that I should do that. Should I take another look? Oops. Okay, we're doing it. I thought I clicked the wrong thing, but we're good. I mean, did we ever check out the handprint on the cardboard guy? Did we ever do that? Because it should be Meekin's fingerprints on there. Is what it should be on there. I would imagine. That's not even the locker that. Is that even the correct locker that we opened? When we went to the evidence room, wasn't the locker that was open like over here? It might have been. There might have been two lockers. I might have opened two lockers. I don't remember. I feel like there was something to that. Maybe there's a bloody fingerprint, or like bloody handprint on one of them. Maybe that was it. I don't remember. It's been a minute. Yeah, Meekin's getting his absolute trash rocked. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to be seeing from here, though. It is currently 4:15 right now, time-wise. Again, that kind of feeds back into the being in the two places at the same time. Oh, where'd he go? Oh, is it just replaying? Oh, it is. We went back 30 seconds. It's just replaying on loop. Okay. I don't think I need to play it on loop. I don't think I need to do that, but let's take a look here. We need to contradict him in some kind of way. I want to look at the map of the evidence room, because we have a map to the evidence room, and I don't remember what it looks like. Check that for a sec. This must be the pool of blood from the slash attack. And I've got a couple of things here. I don't remember what they were, though. But I feel like... I don't remember whose lockers they were, but I feel like we got into them. So I want to know where Jake's locker is. Goodman's lost item report. Oh, is that the thing that falls out of the locker? There's something that falls out of the locker. Was it that? It might have been. It's some kind of paper. Screwdriver for AI-16. I'm just kind of going through my inventory again. Don't mind me as I ponder upon life's mysteries. I think that's what the... yeah, because the SL9. Yeah, I think upside down we thought it was like 675, 12-2 or something, but no. Goodman's autopsy report. Death due to loss of blood, 1 knife wound. Died within an hour and a half of 4 p.m. Okay. Can I check on this? Like, do I have my little magnifying lens? We may have already done this. I want to check that guy's handprint. But anyway, that's a whole other thing. Record of parking. This is when Edgeworth got there, which would have been at 5:12. I need to take a look at this. Name and ID number, Sergeant Bruce Goodman, 5842189. I wonder why they only use numbers for IDs. What else would they use? Letters, silly. They're the reason we have a written language in the first place. I'm sure we've been through this before, I'll be honest with you, but... Sergeant Bruce Goodman, ID, Yabadab. Yabadabadoo! See, wouldn't that be better? Yabadab? Well, it does have a certain ring to it. Exactly my point, tee-hee. Now is not the time. Now is not the time, Emma. Now is not the time for your shenanigans. We have a murder. We have a murder. I don't think we're getting anything out of that. I clicked on that because I could. Do I need to Okay. That was found. This has like splatters of blood on it too, though. What's that about? Check the video again. Was there something we missed in that? I can do that. Obviously, the game wants us to find something in it. I'm just not sure what they're... Ow, I need to pop my finger and I can't get it to go. They're hard to make it out, but there are some dark red stains here. Looks like blood. Do you think Detective Goodman's blood somehow got on this when he was stabbed? Not likely. This blood looks like it's been here for months, maybe longer. This jar was evidence in the SL9. Oh, okay, so it belongs to the SL9. Got it. That might be when the blood got on it. Might be. We don't know for sure. I don't think there's anything else to discover here. Let me go back to the thingy. Would you like a hint? Turbo says I should check out the video one more time, so let me check that out and see what if anything new strikes at me. God, my finger. It's my middle finger. It's my knuckle right here. It's my little knuckle. I'm trying to pop, and it won't. Looks like there's like a skull on top of the locker. So he comes walking in. His hand looks fine. His right hand. Does Jake have an injury? Who hasn't, besides Goodman being to see there's a paper that slips out? I don't know if that's what they want me to look at. I'm sure we probably already discussed that, though, probably from when we investigated here before. So Meekins has an injury. Goodman's dead. Did anyone else have an injury? Like maybe did Angel or did Lana have an injury either? Right-handed attack. Oh, there's blood on his shoulder by that point. I think I saw it. Probably from Meekins. And then, of course, we have the time. Meekins is on the ground. Locker is open. The plot. She thickens. Oh, wait, the blue badger guy... Oh, no, he is holding a club. I was gonna say, it looks like he's not holding a club. No, he is holding a club. He's fine. Is it the paper that I'm supposed to look at? Because I think that's that item report. No, it's not torn. Do I have it torn? It looks like a torn piece of paper. Do we know what that is? Ready for a hint now? Let me go through Meekin's info. His face can't be, because his info is what we would be looking for a contradiction for. We can't, his face can't clearly be seen. Right. But there's no question that the other person was Detective Goodman, sir. I mean, he opened the locker, which required Detective Goodman's fingerprint to do. But we've got Marshall's finger. Where did we find Marshall? We found Marshall's fingerprints, though, so I should use that now, right? Maybe. I might want to use this. Which locker had Marshall's fingerprints on it? I would have to, like, because we need to incorporate Jake Marshall into the mix somehow. I think I might present that there. They were on a different locker. Balls. See, that's the point. That's what's holding me back, is that I can't remember what the different lockers were that we investigated. So that was a different locker. But he was bloodied. He's got a bloody hand, but he was never registered as having entered the room. That's the thing, unless he's 7777777, which maybe he is. Maybe it's actually Jake who's got the 7-7s. That would be very Wild West of him. In which case, if that were the case, right? If Jake is the 7-7s, and he came in, hold on, was there already blood on any of those hold on. Oh, I didn't mean to present. I meant to check. I have no idea if this is going to work. I meant to click check. Regarding the video contained on this tape. There is one thing in particular that seems rather strange. Did I just luck myself into it? Care for the hint on what to look for? I was going to look for blood, like there already being blood, like Jake had already been in there previously is what I was going to look for. And then see if anything else jumped out at me. Let me see what this train of thought goes right now first. Strange? This contradiction leads to the possibility that the man may not have been Detective Goodman. Well, yeah. We were already on that track. What? This video contains such a contradiction? Interesting. Your Honor, I have a proposal. Yes, Mr. Edgeworth? I propose we have the defense point out to us this alleged contradiction in the video. He would want me to point it out. Well, yeah, well, that's what I was looking for. Very well, proposal accepted. Let us further inspect this piece of evidence. Yes, let us further inspect, shall we? That's what I meant to do. I will now play the security tape. Mr. Wright, please show us this contradiction you speak of. I have to point out a problem in the video? This is the first time I've ever had to do that. You can do it, Mr. Wright. It's set up so you can fast forward, rewind, or pause the video. Oh, fantastic. Just take a good look and be sure to point out the right thing.
Please don't play it too many times. I can't stand watching this video.
How did this guy ever become a police officer?
Now then, Mr. Wright, please enlighten us. Where is the contradiction that indicates the man-made...
Pause. Hold on. Pause. Stop. J is rewind? What the frick is that? And enter is fast forward? Okay. I can do that. Back up for a sec. Oh, it's frame by frame? Oh no, I can hold it down. I want to start from the beginning. Let me take a good look. Where's my mouse? I've lost my mouse somehow. Oh, okay. It needs to be, okay. No, I understand what's happening here. Let's inspect this little thing frame by frame. We've got paint up top. I don't think that's exactly what we're looking for at the moment. Cool. The contradiction here. Hold up for a second. Let me cook. Where's the... Okay. I just wanted to know if we had any confirmation that Goodman was either supposed to be left or right-handed. Do we have any information on handedness? I might be on the wrong track. Oopsie. Hey, suckaroos. Hey, Derica. You giant turd. How dare you call us a suckaroo? I'm trying to find the contradiction. I don't think we have information on hand. Well, we have the glove though. But it's from the SL9 incident. I don't think that's gonna really work for us here. And we got Marshall's hand, but like I don't know if that helps us. All right, let me just keep peeping through here. I might be on the wrong track with that. Because I will say this character does definitely use their right hand to attack Meekins. He's definitely opening that locker right there. Keep an eye on Goodman's locker. Just let me no. What? Well, no, we've seen his locker. I mean, there's a paper that falls out of it right there. Oh, it's the glove that falls. I thought it was paper. I'm glad we could slow it down. I thought it's the glove that falls out of that. Okay, that's important. I thought it was a piece of paper. It's been so long since we played this. I thought maybe it was the that item request, that lost item request, but it's the glove. Is that it? That must be it. I have a hint. Maybe the O is not supposed to be. I have a hint. I think it's the glove. It's got to be the glove. The music is banging, absolute bop. Yeah, it plays that music every time this cardboard cutout is involved in any scene at all. I think it's the glove. But it is Goodman's locker, right? Ah, shoot, go for it. It either works or doesn't. It is a strange thing, though. The thing that's strange about this video has got to be this.
Yes, that is strange. Something certainly seems unnatural about that. What could it mean?
Sorry to interrupt. Mr. Wright, but you seem to have forgotten the point of this exercise. No, it's not the glove. Guys, it's not the glove. Blue Badger's theme, I want to defend. Is that what it's called? The point? What you are looking for is one thing and one thing only. Something that indicates the man may not be Detective Goodman. Oh, yeah, no, never mind. Don't mind me.
Whew, I almost walked right into the defense's trap.
I'll place him under arrest, sir.
I was trying to smoke screen him. Make them forget what we were doing. Rats, I need to slow down and tackle these things one piece at a time. Now, what do I do? I think play the video again. What's your tip? Make it vague. Wait, they won't penalize you if you get the answer to something else? Oh, wait, so I got the answer to something else, though? If the locker was already unlocked? That's true. That's very true. Do we have evidence that it was already unlocked? Every time I point my finger, someone gets hurt. It says the one pointing his finger at us. Sorry, I didn't realize they were going to have more dialogue. I thought we were just going to jump back to it.
I will now play the security tape. Mr. Wright, please show us the contradiction you speak of.
I have to point out a problem in the video. Okay, no, this is what I was expecting, was the repeat dialogue. Yeah, repeat dialogue. Yeah, shut up! Get me back in! That was all repeat dialogue. We've seen all that! Okay, blah, 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 blah. Oh, wait, the light. Stop moving! Oh, what's the button, Jay? The light on it is already lit up. Is that what we're that's gotta be it, the light. The light is already lit, indicating that it's already open. Yeah? There we go. The thing that's strange about this video has got to be this! Officer Meekins.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
As I understand it, the locker apparatus works like this. When you grab the handle, a sensor reads your fingerprint. If it's a match, beep, the light turns on and the lock is released. God, it's been so long since we played this.
According to my very limited experience, that's the way I understand it, sir.
If so, then something is seriously wrong with this picture. Are we just watching it again? Should I do something? He'll probably stop me here when he opens the door. When the victim reaches for the handle to open the locker, let's rewind to a little earlier. Oh, okay. There we go. Here, notice the light?
What's this? It's already lit!
Yes, fam, it's very lit. Precisely my point, Your Honor. The locker was already open before the victim grabbed the handle!
Order, what's the meaning of this?
It's very simple, Your Honor. The locker wasn't locked on the day of the crime. But the locker locks are controlled by an electronic system. When a door is shut, a sensor is triggered, and the locker is automatically locked.
Oh, I know! It must have broken down! Of course, I'm not an expert in this.
That's not likely, Your Honor. The sensor would detect and report any malfunction.
Oh, well, it just goes to show novices should keep their mouths shut. So then, Mr. Wright, do you have an explanation?
Me, Your Honor?
Yes, why wasn't the locker locked?
It could have been just left slightly open. Like, it could have just never fully closed. For starters, that would have worked. For second, Jake's the guy that runs the machine outside the door. I don't know. Me, Your Honor? Yes, well, you see, this isn't exactly my field either, so... What do you think, Miss Scientific Investigator? Huh? Oh, maybe something like jammed the system sensor? Something jammed the sensor. Say, there's something else that seems out of place in this video. It's the glove! Which I clicked on earlier, so I jumped the gun on that one. Yeah, I thought so too. There's gotta be another clue somewhere in this footage. The glove was keeping the door open.
Very well, let's inspect the video once more. The locker wasn't locked. Mr. Wright, please point out the cause for this.
Oh yeah, I'll do that all right. Oh, you're darn well better believe I'm gonna point at that glove. It's hang on. Fast forward. Zip 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 and oop, missed it. Boop 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 boop. Why is it moving? I paused it. There you go. Please watch closely. This is the continuation of the part I showed you earlier. But this time without the music for some reason. Here, we'll do it ourselves. Do 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 do. I don't remember how it goes. I'm just making up my own music.
What's this? Something white fell out of the locker.
Well, the whole thing's in black and white, but
Sir, it's been my experience that things fall out when doors are open. I often fall out and roll great distances when I objection.
we can't be sure. Yeah, we have to shut Meekins up. He was going on a tangent. We can't be sure that the item was completely inside the locker to begin with.
What do you mean?
The sensor triggers the lock when the door is shut. What if something was inserted, say, between the sensor and the door?
Inserted?
Oh my god. We just keep going back to the video over and over again. Just cut to the chase. Just cut to the point. Just cut to the point. Just cut to the onion, man. This white thing wasn't inside the locker. It was stuck between the door and the sensor.
Oh, I understand now, sir. It's just like my tie. 2 out of 3 times it gets stuck in the door when I get out of my patrol vehicle, sir. Instead of the door closing, my tie chokes me.
But the object would have to be extremely thin to fit in the door.
Not only that, it would also have to block electrical currents. It's a thin rubber glove. I have it in my pocket. It would need to be an insulator.
Yes, an insulator, but at the crime scene,
there just might have been something that fits that description.
But sir, by insulator you don't mean...
I think I finally got this figured out.
Very well, will the defense please present the relevant evidence? What was this insulator that was stuck in the locker door?
Oh, come on, man. Child's play. It's this glove. No, I don't want to inspect it. I want to present it. Silly Billy. I found this near the locker. A thin rubber glove.
But we can't be sure that was in the victim's locker.
It has a tag that says SL9 incident. Edgeworth would care about that immensely. The video seems to depict the victim opening the locker. But that isn't the case. The lit lamp attests to this. On the day of the crime, even I could have opened that locker. Is this not so, Officer Meekins?
Sir, it would appear so, sir.
Order, order, order. So are we to believe then that the victim, whom this witness stabbed in the evidence room, was not Detective Goodman?
Do not be misled, Your Honor.
What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth?
The defense has merely demonstrated that possibility, and nothing more. The victim in the video was indeed Bruce Goodman. The prosecution will offer one more testimony to prove this. What? Officer Meekins, please testify about this.
Sir, me, sir? I'm not sure what you're referring to, sir. You mean that, sir? Of course, sir.
Is this a joke?
Very well, begin your testimony.
Mystery Man Dose!
There's one other thing that proves the man was Detective Goodman, sir. To answer the...
Excuse me. Voices. Voice acting. Voice acting 101. Keep a glass of water with you at all times. It's not water! It's soda. I'm drinking the worst possible things for voice acting. I had coffee and I have soda. Not ideal.
To enter the evidence room, one must use their ID card. When an ID card is used, there's a record of it. At the time of the crime, the detective had used his card.
Well, anyone can steal a card.
An ID card, record, I see.
I have the ID card record right here, Your Honor. Yeah, well, so do I, so, you know, whatever, la-di-da. The ID used at 5:14 is that of the victim.
Just before the crime, Yes, without a doubt, this is the victim's ID. However, one thing does strike me as unusual. Several hundred cases should have been due for transferal. Why were there so few people using this room?
This particular evidence room is only used for storing certain special cases. Special cases? Extremely violent cases involving police staff. Just hearing that makes my hair stand on end. Me too, although it doesn't make much of a difference. There were only a few cases up for transferal there, and most were cleared up by noon.
Right, I see. Now let us move on to the cross-examination.
Oh, you better believe I'm going to press the absolute crap out of you. I'm going to press you so good.
There's one other thing that proves the man was Detective Goodman, sir.
Hold up now. So unlike your earlier testimony, you believe this to be rock solid, do you?
Yes, sir, solid as stone, sir. If my head wasn't wrapped in bandages, I'd even give the V for victory sign, sir.
Rain, hey, welcome to the stream. MagicManMo equals Painter Van Gogh. I had no idea what I was looking at. I'm like, what is that word? Painter Van Gogh. If you say so, sure, I guess. I got 2 ears. I still got both mine. I don't know what you're referring to. Couldn't he just use his right hand for that?
Let's hear him out fully. As we've seen, one never knows what he might say until the very last second.
That's true.
To enter the evidence room, one must use their ID card.
Is that card hanging from your neck one of these ID cards?
Yes, sir. This card right next to my cuffs, sir. I keep it here so I won't ever forget it.
But what if someone were to, I don't know, steal it from you, keeping it out in the open like that?
Maybe I shouldn't wear it around my neck. Remember when I said 2 out of 3 times my tie gets stuck when I get out of my car? Well, the remaining time it's my ID card that gets stuck. Instead of the door closing, my ID card chokes me.
Maybe I should just leave this one alone. No, don't leave this one alone. It's perfectly... Like, no, that's important. Like, anyone can steal this card. At any rate, each police officer has only one ID card. Both the police department and the prosecutor's office can attest to this. Could make a duplicate. Could do it. I don't know if that's the issue here, but
please proceed with your testimony.
When an ID card is used, there's a record of it.
Let it be noted that this is the record the witness referred to.
Let me see. Yes, that would be it. Detective Goodman.
What's the matter?
According to this, Mr. Edgeworth, your name is on here.
It sure is. So it is, Your Honor. Not that prosecutor again. Hey, maybe he's behind this. Being a prosecutor, he could hide the evidence. Bobby, is that man in blue a murderer? Shush, don't stare at him. You've got the wrong color, kid.
It would seem the inquiry committee will want to speak with you again today.
I have nothing to be ashamed of regarding my actions or their consequences. For now, let us continue with this cross-examination.
Poor Mr. Edgeworth. It must be so difficult for him. He looks like he's taking it just fine.
At the time of the crime, the detective had used his card.
Earlier, I believe you testified that when you asked the man to show his ID card, he pulled a knife on you.
Yes, sir. He didn't show me any ID card, sir.
Don't you think that's odd? I mean, if he had his ID card, all he had to do was show it to you. There wouldn't be any reason to draw a knife.
Maybe he just panicked?
Everything stems from contradictions. Let's point them out. Mr. Wright, what do you think? I'm confused. What? The problem with this ID card testimony is far too obvious. It's not like Edgeworth to miss something like this. You're thinking too hard about it. Come on, let's show them what we've got. We probably are thinking too hard about it. I tend to do that.
There's one other thing that proves that.
I think we went all the way around the circle. So let me look at my items. I think we went all the way back around. But can I watch the video again? For giggles? I mean, he wouldn't have to have his ID card around his neck. I was gonna watch the video to see if he has his like ID card or something, but he wouldn't have to be wearing it around his neck like Meekins does. Toffee, hey, welcome to the stream. I know, finally, right? It's been so long. We're trying to cobble together this case based off of my half-baked memories of what happened and what I've got on me. I don't think, the obvious situation with the ID, I don't even know why we're still having this conversation. Like, even the plausibility that, like, the ID card could be stolen or duplicated or anything like that, I think is good. Like, the fingerprints was more rock solid than the ID card situation. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like we have to, like, recess this because there's no way we can definitively say that that's Goodman. Like, that blows the case open again. Like, just that information alone. But I'll play your game, Judge. I'll play your game. We're looking for a contradiction of sorts. I'm just not sure what angle I'm going for here. Edgeworth is in the parking lot by 5:12. I don't think that's an issue on here. When was he here? Yeah, 4:40. He's got like a solid 32 minutes before he's actually at the parking lot. I don't think that's an issue. Oops. I didn't mean to do that. Unless I did mean to. This is the card itself. ID number. We've checked it already. I don't know if we're gonna really reveal any new information about it. This is the actual ID card itself. Order in the court! The lawyer Phoenix is disrupting the victim's proof of witness. I'm not disrupting anything. What do you mean proof of witness? This is the witness. I'm not disrupting, I'm cross-examining. There's one thing that proves that he's Goodman. To enter the evidence room, one must use their ID card, which we have. When an ID card is used, there's a record of it. I mean, like, the fact that I have the ID card and I could go use it right now is proof enough that this isn't good evidence. At the time of the crime, the detective had used his card. They should make an anime about this. I think they did. I think there is isn't there a Phoenix Wright anime or cartoon or something? I feel like they did do that. I don't know what case or cases they've done, but I think they did. Did they not? Yes, LOL. I thought so. I don't know if the anime has this case in it. Yeah, I don't know what cases they might or might not have, but pretty sure I've seen like clips or little snippets of it before in the past. the anime has the first and second games. Because this is like technically like I think in between the first and second games or something. I've played the first game and now this that I'm in the middle of. I haven't played the second game yet. We're getting there. What am I looking for here? What's the contradiction that I'm trying to peruse here? Ignore me for a sec. Yeah, according to this sorry, I don't think this is what I was looking for. I didn't mean to completely start this cutscene over again. Well, maybe I did. Is it important? Do I need to use that? I don't think so. I think that's all that's for. This is the one that I want to disprove, because we can't prove that the detective used his card. Meekins is not keeping eye contact, and he also is sweating, which according to lawyers is proof that the person's like. Well, he's been very open about that, actually. He's been very open that he can't look anybody in the eye. And also, you can just be an anxious person. Body language has a lot more to do with learning people's usual habits and then finding when they like do something unusual. Which is the same thing with actually truth detection. When you do like those truth detector tests or whatever, they're meant to capture a baseline, and all they detect is when the baseline is disrupted. That's their entire purpose. But that can be caused by any number of things, including heart palpitations. But anyway, the point that we're getting at with the anxiety is he's been very forward with he doesn't look anybody in the eye because he's just a weirdo. He's just a very anxious guy. Weirdo's a bit harsh. He is a weirdo, but that's harsh. Oops, I did not mean to click press, but that's fine. He pulled a knife on you. Yes, sir. He didn't show me any ID card, sir. Don't you think that's odd? If he had it, he would have shown it to you instead of drawing a knife. I think it stems from contradictions. Let's point them out. I am thinking too hard about this, probably. Emma, you're right. Emma, I am thinking very, very long and hard about this. I feel like I need to use Goodman's ID card. But I don't know why. Right? Do I have something that's like... I don't think I have anything that spells it out. Because the thing about the autopsy report... Between 4 and 5:30. I mean, yeah, Goodman could have been dead well before. And I bet he was. He was dead well before the time... What was it, like 5:15 or something like that? It was 17:12. Yeah, it was like 5:15 when he shows up in the video camera. And if it's Jake, whoever it is, they're wearing his coat. He's dead before 5:15. 100%. So he's not in two places at the same time. He's dead well before that. I know. So you could have gotten the knife, the ID card much earlier. This was found at the crime scene. With SL92 on it. So that's like yet another thing from the SL9 incident. It's a case number. I mean, that goes to show that Goodman had a bunch of items from the SL9 incident on and about him. I don't know if that helps us here right now. So I didn't really go through the text on that. I'm sure we've probably looked at that in the past. But what I was trying to think is if there's any way we can prove that the ID card was stolen or taken. I could just wing it. I could wing it here. Because I feel like I need to use the ID card. I could go... Is this it? To enter the evidence room, one must use their ID card. Is there a way into the ID? Is there a way into the evidence room without an ID card? Maybe not. Maybe that's not it. What was your explanation on that one? That he just asked about the one on his neck. Okay. Fair enough. I feel a little stumped here. I mean, I could try stuff. I just know I have limited health. I have a limited number of things I can actually try. I'm gonna wing it here. I'm gonna present the ID. I don't think it's gonna work. I'm gonna do it though. I got HP. We can give it a shot. I don't think this is going anywhere. Wait one moment, Officer Meekins.
Yeah, I am not good at waiting, sir.
I have the victim's ID card right here. Yes. I hope Phoenix is going in the direction that my brain was going, and it's just that I have it, so I can get in. That's literally that's my argument. It's like, I have his ID card. I found it at the crime scene.
That makes sense.
When I say crime scene, I'm not referring to the evidence room at the police department. Right. Right. Right, that's true. That's true. That's not the direction I was actually going with it, but that's true. We found it there. And you'd have to somehow argue that within the span of seconds, it went from the evidence room to all the way in the garage. I mean the other crime scene, the underground parking lot at the prosecutor's office. Yes, points for winging it. Points for winging it. Your Honor, I have one more piece of evidence to present. Oh God, do I? It's a very important clue regarding the victim's ID card.
Lost item report? It's only half completed.
But it shows that Detective Goodman had lost something on the day of the crime. And it could have been the ID. Maybe. Something important enough to fill out this report. Let me guess. You believe this something to be his ID card, right? Which he didn't finish writing in his ID number because he couldn't remember his ID number. It makes sense. If you go to the paper, his ID, it's like 9 and then like 4, like, and the 4 is like X'd out. I can't say for sure, but there's a high probability. On the day of the crime, Detective Goodman was not carrying his ID card. You know, no, it makes sense because he couldn't finish filling it because he didn't have his number.
Order, so now what does this all mean?
It can only mean one thing. It doesn't even require much thought. The man Officer Meekins encountered in the evidence room was not Detective Goodman, but rather the man who stole his ID card.
Order! Does this prosecution have a response?
I have only one thing to say to the defense. Is he gonna call for recess? Bravo, Mr. Wright. Ooh, even better. Bravo! Allow me to summarize the defense's argument. At 5:15 p.m. on the day of the crime, the man in the evidence room Officer Meekins encountered was not Detective Goodman. There are 2 grounds to support this. First, the locker in the evidence room was already unlocked. Second, the victim lost his ID card. Am I correct so far, Mr. Wright? Yes? What's he up to? That being the case, we must inevitably arrive at a single conclusion. If the victim in this video is a fake, then the murder in the evidence room is also fake. In other words, the security camera does not show the instant of the murder. That is, well, I guess that's right. Is something wrong, Mr. Wright? Only moments ago you seemed content to be pointing your finger around. No, I think that checks out. No, I think you're right. I think we're on the same page, I think. This isn't going to end well, is it? Well, it seems you finally realized exactly what you've gone to such lengths to prove.
Explain yourself, Mr. Edgeworth.
The defense has already done the explaining for me. The victim in this video is a fake, which means a murder did not take place at the police department at 5:15 on the day of the crime.
So
the real crime could only take place at one location, the underground parking lot. At the prosecutor's office, the murderer being Ms. Lana Skye, the defendant. The evidence is compelling. A trustworthy witness observed the moment the defendant used the murder weapon. Oh, he cornered me. He cornered me back into making it Lana. I see what happened here. But I mean, we have to get to the bottom of this though, right? Ah! I see what he's painting. We were so hyper-focused on Meekins that we forgot about Lana. I knew that toastimony? I could go for some toast right now, apparently. I knew that testimony was way too shabby. It was all a trap from the very beginning. Yep, what Edgeworth doesn't know is that it gets me one step closer to piecing the puzzle.
the activity in the evidence room still leaves many questions unanswered. Who exactly was the victim Officer Meekins encountered? And where did this person disappear to? However, this trial's purpose is to examine only the murder of Detective Goodman.
Just so, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, you have to do something, or else Lana... What do I do? How am I supposed to get myself out of this mess? We must prove there is no murder at the station. Oh, to be so clever. We can object. Let's see if we can piece this through. Before I do anything, let's see if we can piece this through. We can wait and see what happens, but I feel like that just plays into Edgeworth's situation anyway, so I feel like we have to object. But let's take a look at the court record. Can we prove that no murder took place? And we are basing this on stuff we may have learned back in January this year. Stuff we may have learned 9 months ago that current MagicManMo does not remember. We have the King of Prosecutors trophy. We have the murder weapon that's usually in Edgeworth's toolbox. Traces of the... Where did we find this? Where did we find this? I actually don't remember. Do we know? But that's the murder weapon. I think we... Did we find that in the evidence room? That doesn't mean that's where it was used. Parking stub. I could use the parking stub to be like, well, we know you were there. Just to like, you know, like throw some more mud into the situation, just to, you know, complicate it. Was allegedly dancing in the evidence room due to blood loss. We need to get back to the actual, the word muffler was overheard during a call made to M at 5 a.m. I got like an eyelash in my glasses. Get out of here. It was like dangling and it was driving me nuts. We've got the parking lot with Edgeworth's car. Let's just take a peek at that. We haven't looked at that today at all. Pool of blood over here. I think this is where we found the body, like slumped against the car. The telephone was over there. We've kind of been over this like rigmarole before. We can also slide over to here. The witness observed from over here and wouldn't have had a clear sight of who did really anything. This is the crime photo that was taken. Which is with a bloody coat. Which I'm pretty sure we've already kind of addressed this before, but but we got it. Victim shoe, white enamel. Blood from Goodman and Lana. This is what Edgeworth's angle is so far. But we've also got the switchblade knife. Did we ever test the blood on this knife? It could be old blood from the actual SL92 or SL9 case. Evidence piece number 2. Thinking. We don't have a lot to go by. I don't know what the angle is on the screwdriver at this moment. Last item. This is what I was talking about earlier. The ID number is not filled out, which is actually really clever. Scene of the stabbing of Detective PD. Wait, what's this? Oh, no, okay. Gotcha. And then the rubber glove, of course. The evidence locker. The tape. I feel like all we have to do is object. Let's object and see what happens. I can't piece together what my objection is. This is kangaroo court. Oh, every day. It's kangaroo court every day. One moment, Your Honor. What now, Mr. Wright? Don't tell me you're objecting to what you've just proven. Of course not. I'm a genius. But I almost walked right into the prosecution's trap. What are you talking about? This cross-examination has proven one thing and one thing only. The security video did not show the actual murder. Yep, that's what this is. That's what all of today has really been about. But we can't prove definitively that Lana did it with the evidence as it's presented thus far. Boom. However, it cannot be said that it is unrelated to the murder in the parking lot. Okay. See where this goes. Specifically, large amounts of blood traces were found in the evidence room. This is the connection. ... The defense demands further examination into the truth of the matter.
Mr. Edgeworth.
Yes, Your Honor.
If this court were to examine this further, other witnesses will be necessary. Is the prosecution prepared?
I'm sorry, Your Honor. The prosecution considered the incident at the police department to be unrelated. We have not prepared any other witnesses for this incident. This just might be my chance. Time to call a certain Texas Ranger to the stand! Mr. Wright, do you mean... Your Honor, the defense would like to request a specific witness.
Oh? Whom do you have in mind?
Someone we have reason to believe knows the truth. The truth behind the activities that took place in the evidence room. The prosecution requests to hear this person's name before deciding whether or not to comply.
Very well then, Mr. Wright. This person whom you would have testified, what is his or her name?
Well, obviously, Jake Marshall. Officer Jake Marshall. Why him? I can't let Edgeworth know everything just yet. He's in charge of the evidence room. I feel we should hear what he has to say. The prosecution agrees to the defense's request. Since he was responsible for guarding the room, we should hear his testimony. Fortunately, he works in the police department. We shouldn't need longer than 20 minutes to prepare.
Very well. The court will take a 30-minute recess while the witness is subpoenaed. Will the prosecution please prepare the witness during this time?
We will, Your Honor.
Court is now in recess.
Recess. We're gonna play some dodgeball, maybe some kickball. February 24th, 11:32 a.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 2, Speaking of recess, I gotta take a short recess as well. I'm gonna go refill my drink, take a quick bio break. You guys stand up, grab a snack, grab a drink. We're not done with the stream tonight. We're going late. Because I feel like it, because it's been so long, and I don't want to wait longer to get back. We're still streaming, so grab a snack, grab a drink, grab a whatever. Do what you need to do. I shall be right back. Doobie-doobie-doo. Yeah. Get the shark ready? No, don't you dare. Objection, no mo. Enjoy the teeter-totter? The teeter-totter? What teeter-totter? No! Oh, a recess joke. I wasn't sure what the joke was. I also got. I did enjoy the tears. Double the shark and double the fun. Get out of here. What do I have? What do I have to threaten you with? Don't make me. I got a pencil. I'll fight a shark with a pencil. I'll do it. Mo, it has been so longeth without thee getting shark. It has been a minute. It is time. Don't you do it. Don't you do it too. No, not a shark attack. No, don't you do this. No! Ah! 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 I did go get a few chips. I don't know if it's getting picked up in the microphone. They're crunchy chips. I wanted a little snacky snack myself. I needed a snacky snack. Which, again, voice acting, not a great move. Now I've got some, like, chips that, like, if I crunch them just wrong, could be sharp on my throat. They're salty. I'll take a potato chip and eat it. I didn't get deep enough. And eat it. That used to be a spell. I think it used to be a spell command, like exclamation chip. Used to be a spell, actually. All right. We got Modcast. Now we got ASMO. You mean ASMR? Oh, ASMO. ASMO. I see what you're doing. You're being clever. I see what's happening here. February 24th, 11:32 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 2. ... Oh yeah, I forgot I gave her a stupid voice.
There's no stopping you, is there, Mr. Wright?
Huh? What do you mean?
You called for Jake Marshall. It seems you figured everything out.
I haven't figured out anything. Not yet. Lana, you're the one who knows everything.
Emma!
You always know everything. Why don't you just tell us? Mr. Wright is trying his hardest to protect you.
I don't recall ever asking for his protection.
How can you be so cold? Don't you trust us? Don't you trust me? Hope I'm not interrupting anything, pals. Detective Gumshoe, my buddy, my friend. Oh, yes I am. I'll come back later. Oh. Wait, no, Detective Gumshoe, come back. What is it? don't be so scared. You've got a lot of nerve, pal, making a detective run around all day while on duty. And to top it off, you call me here? I've seen happier people at funerals.
Sorry, Detective.
You better be, pal. Hey! I didn't see you there, Chief Prosecutor Sky.
That's okay, so have you brought what I asked?
Oh, you mean this, right?
My apologies, Detective. Due to my present circumstances, I was forced to use Mr. Wright's name when making my request.
My name? Never in a million years would I have thought it was you who asked me. Could I bother you to bring me the SL9 incident files? I'll need them by noon. Talk about crazy. The SL9 incident?
Well, Lana, I thought Mr. Wright might need them, so I had them brought here. Here, you might do well to read them.
I can't believe you. The chief prosecutor were a witness in that case.
Miss Sky,
Oh, I'm sorry. Miss Sky was a witness? They tricked me. They showed me a picture. They showed me Miss Sky, but it's Phoenix talking. They tricked me. SL9 incident files received from Lana Sky. Files for the Joe Dark killing solved 2 years ago.
Take it from me, you don't want anything to do with serial murders.
I'm kind of a lawyer.
Oh, what? Now that you've brought your own stuff, you're gonna just ignore me?
Emma, but why is your name in here? What?
what? My name's in there? I don't know. Unless... No, it couldn't be. Lana, this SL9 incident, is that... ... That's the classification number the police filed it under. 2 years ago, the rest of the world knew it as the Joe Dark Killings. The Joe Dark? No, Lana! That's over with! No!
Emma, wait! She ran away! She ran away! Go back in time. Maybe. Racing fan over on the Twitch side of things. Hello. Crunchy chip.
Emma, wait! I've got chips! You know what? I just remembered. I gotta be somewhere. Sorry, pal, but I'm out of here.
Jake Marshall, Angel Starr, Damon Gant, Miles Edgeworth. Not to mention Lana and Emma. Everyone involved in this case is connected to these killings from 2 years ago. This can't be just a coincidence.
Knowing you just might be able to figure it out. Time to get back to the trial, Mr. Wright. Best of luck.
I'd better take a good look at this file. To be continued. We'll see you, Rain. Good luck. Save your progress? Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm gonna eat a couple chips. Oh. Okay. Well, I want to keep going. February 24th, 12:14 p.m. District Court, courtroom number 9. The court will now reconvene for the trial of Ms. Lana Sky. Emma didn't ever come back. Allow me to call the next witness to the stand. The officer in charge of guarding the evidence room on the day of the crime. I don't think you should be drinking while in court. I feel like that's like not allowed. Witness, please state your name and occupation. God, I don't remember what voice I used for him. Me, partner? Oh, I'm just a man, same as you, wandering the trails of civilization. Occasionally helping the elderly cross intersections when needed. Yes, we get it.
Oh, I know. You're a patrolman.
As for my true name, if you listen hard enough, you can hear the howling wind calling it out.
So you got the killer yet? No, not yet, Derica. I am a little worried that I'm going to get Marshall and Edgeworth's voices mixed up, so bear with me here. To be exact, it's Jake Marshall, Your Honor. Howling wind? I've never heard Edgeworth described that way before. Now, Mr. Marshall, let me ask you something. Have you ever had a shark before? Have you ever been sharked? Mr. Marshall? Don't you shark me? You were in charge of guarding the evidence room on the day the crime took place. Is this correct? According to the papers, partner.
What do you mean?
A desperado's soul is as boundless as the desert sands. No paper can sum it up.
Maybe it's best we get on with this quickly. Please share with us your testimony of the day of the crime. In plain old English.
No, not Old English. Modern day contemporary English would be preferred. Thank you. Old English is basically a different language. Day of the crime, testimony. My job was to keep a wary eye on that bone orchard. They said I was supposed to make rounds 3 times a day, but that ain't my style. Besides, the room's protected by 2 security systems anyway. If I remember right, I was at a street side saloon at the time it went down. I'm just an innocent traveling man, so if you're out of ammo, it's time I hit the trail. That's it? That's all you got for me? That ain't nothing.
I can't say I particularly care for your attitude.
I can't say I care for your beard, but you don't see me complaining. You can't talk yourself. You've been trimming your beard for the last 17 billion years. Hey, wait a minute. What do you mean by 2 security systems? I mean the security cameras and the ID card reader. I reckon even a cowpoke like you knows about those. Yes, well, what about the fingerprint-activated locks on the evidence lockers? Fingerprint-activated locks? What kind of newfangled doohickeys are those? He's not being very helpful. He's not that good with machines, or with following orders. Everyone's got their weaknesses, now don't they, Mr. Prosecutor?
This one seems like trouble. Crunch, crunch, crunch. Okay, Mr. Wright, he's all yours.
I'm gonna press him. I'm gonna press you for all you got. My job was to keep a wary eye on that bone orchard. Now, how exactly did you keep an eye on the evidence room? I just made sure nothing moved in the security camera monitor. That room's so still, even time dies in there. I was just a caretaker who interred the recordings. You interred them? Videos of nothing aren't that useful. When the time would come, I'd erase the tape. That's terrible. If nothing unusual is recorded, tapes are to be erased every 6 hours. Each time I'd erase a tape, it felt like I was erasing a part of my life. This guy has a flair for the dramatic, but it isn't going to do him any good. So, in actuality, you don't physically enter the evidence room? They said I was supposed to make rounds 3 times a day, but that ain't my style. But you made your rounds on the day of the crime, right? Ain't you heard a word I said, partner? I told you that ain't my style. Well, I've got your fingerprints. I'm afraid I don't understand. No desperado I know lets rules get in his way. No desperados I know join the police force.
So, Officer Marshall, on the day of the crime?
Just between you and me, I didn't set foot in the evidence room that day. What?
There was a rubber glove stuck in the victim's locker. Do you know anything about that?
Sorry, partner. Can't say I do. I haven't been in that crypt in weeks. How does this guy avoid being fired? Well, we can immediately contradict that, but I'm gonna press him for everything and see what other info we can get. Besides, the room's protected by 2 security systems anyway. You used to be a detective, so you've used the evidence room in the past, correct? Of course. Back in the day, my locker was a gold mine of evidence. And yet, you didn't know about the fingerprint locking mechanism? Sorry, partner, I ain't good with machines. I couldn't even tell you how a bike works. Honestly, can anyone? Can any of us? You move a pedal, a chain moves, and you go. Do any of us really know? If you had to draw a bicycle from memory, could you? That's quite incredible. The sensors on the locker handles cannot be seen. It's well known that some detectives are unaware of their presence. Now that he mentions it, Detective Gumshoe said something like that too.
At any rate, it doesn't seem that this is relevant to the crime. Can you tell us what you were doing when the crime took place?
If I remember rightly, I was at a street side saloon at the time it went down.
Whatever that means. You were at a bar? What were you doing in a place like that?
I was eating spaghetti. Not even Angel's steak lunches can beat that pile of Vongole sepia pasta.
You mean to tell us you abandoned your police duties to eat some noodles?
Just to give himself an alibi for not being there, that's all it is.
Not all desperados eat tacos, partner.
That's not what I meant. I hope this has at least taught you a lesson.
That's strange. This is usually where Edgeworth says, "Did you not want a raise this year?"
I'm just an innocent traveling man, so if you're out of ammo, it's time I hit the trail.
Well, I'm not out of ammo. Oh, I got ammo. I'm just waiting to use it. Out of ammo, Officer Marshall?
That's right, partner. Or as you'd call it, evidence. If you plan to pin me to this crime, then you'd better drive. Otherwise, you're just wasting my time. My steel horse is waiting to carry me back west into the sunset.
One thing seems clear. Despite being responsible for guarding the evidence room, the witness doesn't appear to have seen anything.
Texans don't take orders from anyone. Everyone knows that.
Apparently your superiors don't. Okay, I have a trump card up my sleeve, so I'd best keep my cool. Before I use it, though, I'd like to up the ante a little bit. Oh, really? Wait, so the trump card is the fingerprints, right? So can I up the ante before I use the fingerprints? Is that what he's saying? Because obviously, he said he's not been here, and we can immediately contradict that. Is there anything else going on? Oh, we haven't looked at these. Incident number SL9. Closed. Perpetrator Joe Dark. Crime serial murder. Sentence death. Victims Edward Jones, Edith Kirby, Jeb Bates, Jason Knight, Rachel Moss, Neil Marshall? Related to Jake Marshall right now? Maybe? Trial data. Head prosecutor Miles Edgeworth and witnesses Lana Skye and Emma Skye as both witnesses. Huh. Investigation Task Force. Executive investigators were Damon Gant and Lana Skye, who was also a witness, so that's kind of a thing. Head investigator Bruce Goodman. Investigators Jake Marshall, there he is, and Angel Starr. The plot thickens. Well, besides the fingerprints, though, what's relevant right now? I wish we could oop, this isn't it. This isn't it. I was thinking of this. I wish we could ID the 7s. So that has to be 100%. That has to be Jake. I think at one point in time I thought it was Gant, but that has to be Jake. And the 7s make sense. You know, Wild West, Casino, 777. It makes sense. Okay. That has to be him. If we can ask for his ID, that would be everything. Yeah, okay, so we got a couple of things on you. It's just a matter of what do I use right now and where. Which, okay. His job was to keep an eye on. That's fine. He was supposed to make his rounds 3 times a day. 2 security systems. I was at a street side saloon. I think that's the one that I need to argue on. I don't know how to present the ID card record to like ask for his ID number. So if I just do the fingerprints now, will Phoenix tell me not yet? But it's gonna come up. That ID number is gonna come up. Officer Marshall, doesn't it strike you as odd that is you being called in to testify like this? After all, you weren't in the security room at the time of the crime. And yet you dragged me down here. Explain yourself, partner. Oh, I will. Oh, I shall. Oh, I'll do just that. It's quite simple. You left a very large trail behind at the scene. Or to be exact, a handprint. Listen real good, partner. Like I said, I'm the caretaker of that crypt. I pay my respects. That is, I make my rounds about once a month. It's only natural my fingerprints will be in there. I only wish it were, officer. But you see, your fingerprints were covered in blood! That they were.
Witness, what's the meaning of this? Your blood-stained fingerprints were at the crime scene?
Admittedly, there may or may not have been a crime that took place there. The blood was wiped away. However, a luminol test clearly revealed this. Well, Officer Marshall? It seems to me there ain't a person in this room with a head on his shoulders. What do you got? What's your counter? I take it you have an explanation then, Officer Marshall. About the blood-stained fingerprints?
Well, very well. You may begin your testimony about your fingerprints found at the scene of the crime.
Here we go. Blood-stained fingerprints. Give it to us. What do you got for us?
Like I said, it's only natural for my fingerprints to be in that evidence room. One of them just happened to be at the same place as the bloodstained handprint.
Really? Okay, sure. That's his argument.
The murderer touched the locker where my fingerprint was by chance. The bloodstain and the fingerprint are completely unrelated. Or didn't you know the murderer was wearing gloves? See, I had nothing to do with it.
Wow, that's going to be your argument? The insane amount of coincidence that would have to be.
The witness's explanation appears valid, although there's room for doubt.
Life wouldn't be fun without any doubt, partner.
The defense may now cross-examine the witness.
This guy's hiding something, I can feel it. Now's my chance to prove it. Really, that's it? Okay. Here we go. I'll press him, just to see what comes out of this.
Like I said, it's only natural for my fingerprints to be in that evidence room.
That's because you, how did you put it, pay your respects once a month?
Yeah, that's right. That and one more thing. That locker happens to be mine.
What? What do you mean?
I mean what I said. That's the locker I used when I was a detective. The locker I still use. All that's in there now, though, is a heap of broken dreams.
I see.
It'd be strange if my prints weren't all over that locker.
Apparently his fingerprint data was never removed from the locker's programming. What if he was still like a detective, like on the sly? I mean, I guess it was only like 2 years ago he was working there, but still. He must have been using the fingerprint lock all this time without ever knowing it. Maybe. Marshall's fingerprints updated in the court record. Okay.
One of them just happens to be at the same place as the bloodstained handprint.
So then, what about the bloody handprint?
Wasn't mine. It's no mystery.
Please explain.
My locker is covered with my fingerprints. It just so happened the murderer touched the locker where my fingerprints were by chance.
The chances of that happening are 1,000,000 to 1, if not literally worse. On the contrary, one could argue just the opposite. The chances of that not happening are 1,000,000 to 1. Get one thing straight, partner. You ain't gonna get no reward from me with a mere fingerprint. You wanna know why? The blood stain and the fingerprint were completely unrelated. Unrelated? They're as different as night and day. Kinda like cereal and cereal. One's got to do with breakfast, while the other's a type of murder.
He's right. Although seemingly alike, they are totally different.
I don't see what homonyms have to do with this. Or didn't you know the murderer was wearing gloves? How do you know that? I may be a loner, but I still do my job. I keep up on the reports. There was a blood stain at the scene, thought to be left by the murderer. That's right. It was found in Detective Gumshoe's locker. However, no fingerprints were detected on that handprint. Oh yeah, I think we tried that too.
So that would mean the murderer, wearing gloves, happened to place their hand on top of Officer Marshall's fingerprint.
That's the only logical conclusion. Are you starting to get the picture, partner? The picture? This seal of blood. In the desert, it's just food for the buzzards. There's only one reality, and that's this. The security tape. So long as my trail isn't in there, you can't say otherwise.
This isn't getting us anywhere, Mr. Wright. Please consider carefully where you're going with this cross-examination.
Yes, Your Honor.
Now then, continue your testimony, Officer Marshall.
Too bad it wasn't me in that video, right, partner? What do you mean by that? You want to tie me to this crime, isn't that right, partner? If so, that video is the only direct evidence you have. But that video is next to useless. It's full of blind spots.
Blind spots?
Places you can't see. The camera's panning back and forth. The floor isn't shown. If someone was familiar with the camera's position, they could leave the room without being caught on tape. We don't have time for your speculations, Mr. Wright.
Well, Mr. Wright, if you can show us evidence in this video that indicates Officer Marshall was present, please do so now.
Is there evidence in the video? I'm gonna assume there is. Oops. I hit backspace because I assumed I could pause the video, but that was last time. All I can think of is that we get a brief look at his cheek. That's all I can think of. Right there. It's like, does that look like Goodman to you? You know? Goodman's clean shaven. Care for a hint? Maybe. Give me a second to think for a sec. Goodman's clean shaven. So it could be the cheek. It could be that moment. That very brief moment. We don't have a good look at his cheeks here, but he's always like using that knife on his cheek. You know? And then of course, as far as evidence goes, we still have The ID record. And I bet you anything this is him. What was he doing in there at 420? If that's him, what was he doing in there at 420? What was he setting up? Because he'd have to go in at like 420. Possibly. That probably would have been after the murder, actually, even. Then he goes in, sets something up. Oh no, it's cutting it real close. No, this would have been before the murder. He's getting high, 420 for life. Yeah. No. I don't think he was. He doesn't strike me as a weed man. He strikes me more of a chewing tobacco man. Which is gross, by the way. I don't recommend it. Not that I do chewing tobacco, it's just gross. It's just a gross thing. Just spit it. It's bad for your teeth. I still want to use this, but the question right now that's being presented is there evidence in the video? And the only thing I can think of is if, in fact, it's the cheek that we're going for. It's so brief that we get it. There's a hand. I don't think we're getting much out of the hand. That's all I got, is if it's that. You have a good hint, and it's the last time we'd have to watch the blasted video. What's your hint? Because I feel like I do have to say show evidence. You screw up. Okay, I opened my locker to stuff you in it. What you want is near the end of the video. Jake wasn't that careful. Look at his locker. Detective Don Dave. Detective Don Dave. Well, I was trying to keep an eye on his lock. Did I miss something? I was trying to keep an eye on it. I was, because I was watching the light. Because his locker should be behind here. I was trying to see if the light came on. I never saw the light come on, but maybe I missed it. Let me look more closely. Let me look more closely. Jake's locker is the far left. Oh, am I looking at, maybe that was Gumshoe's locker. Maybe I'm looking at the wrong locker. Maybe. It wouldn't be yet. Oh, there's Meekins. It would be after Meekins leaves. Not after Meekins leaves, after Meekins gets knocked out. There'd be a lot of this, like in an actual trial, like an actual case like this, you'd be, if there's video evidence, you'd be spending a lot of time staring at footage to make sure you got everything right. Oh, he's disappeared, so he's probably walked around the back end of the camera. Is there a light on over here? Oh, there's a little piece of cloth. That's gotta be it. That's gotta be it. Okay, got it. Evidence. Evidence, it's the cloth. Very well. Allow me to point out your mistake, Officer Marshall. I just forgot where his locker was. Tread carefully, Mr. Wright, or you might wind up being the one making the mistake.
Now then, let's have another look at that video. Show us this incriminating evidence of the witness, Officer Jake Marshall.
Oh, there's the music again. Okay, we can fast forward though. Oh, it's actually threatening me with my HP up there. It's like, you better get this right, nerd. Oh, don't you worry, we got it. Oh, don't you worry. right. Oh, no, don't reset. No, can I reverse back? Why did it reset? I paused it. I thought I paused it. You gotta be kidding me. You gotta be freaking kidding me. 7 words or less, love it. Ow. You'll see, okay. I'm waiting to I'm just looking at chat. Stop, I'm paused. No, why? It literally said pause, then I moved my mouse and it, God bless, okay, hang on, where's my mouse? Hang on, I gotta move this, there you go. I paused it, it was paused. I don't know why it moved on. Literally. Press backspace. I did! It even showed the little back, stop, see? Okay, it says pause. Stop. Maybe there's a point, stop. Okay, maybe there's a point where I was going slightly too far. I don't know. Bringing our attention back to the security camera that we had to watch a few times is a mistake I'm afraid you'll not soon forget, Officer Marshall. The days are short in Texas, and so are our tempers. Could you sum up what you have to say in 8 words or less? Oh, there's your 8 words thing. Very well. You can clearly be seen in this video. Hey, that's 8 words. Exactly 8 words. Not bad, partner. The key lies in a certain locker shown in the video. It's actually kind of obvious when you know what you're looking for. You just don't have very long to see it before the tape repeats.
That locker with the white cloth sticking out. That was the witnesses, I believe.
Now then, let's rewind the video a bit. Okay, that's a little bit more than a bit, but you know, whatever, it's fine. We're gonna go all the way back to where it's not showing any cloth. Keep going, keep rewinding. There it is.
Oh, the white cloth, it's gone. What's the meaning of this, Officer Marshall?
When the crime took place, the white cloth wasn't there. Then it suddenly appeared. There's only one explanation. Officer Marshall, you were in the evidence room at the time of the crime. What's more, you opened your locker when the camera was turned away.
Order.
It would seem that, hold ya horses, sorry partner, but you got the wrong man. ... So what if my locker was open? That doesn't mean I'm the one who opened it. Edgeworth's not buying that. He's gonna just hold his tongue. The murderer needed to hide something, so he opened a locker and stuck it in. It's not my fault he happened to choose mine. Man, oh, I guess Marshall wasn't here during the rest of the trial, so he doesn't realize we've already done this back and forth where it's like there's only one way to open these stupid things. Even the judge is like, why is everyone staring at me like I'm a wanted man? Because we've already done this, Marshall. We've actually already discussed this. This guy isn't just playing dumb. He really doesn't know. I hate to rain on your parade, but you're the only person who can open that particular locker. Oh yeah? I call your bluff. You say I opened that locker, now prove it. I don't need to. What do I use here? It's threatening me. I want to make sure I use the right thing. Do I just need to use the we have the locker thing. Is that Jake's locker? We have this. Oh, the evidence locker, is it this? Only the assigned detective's prints can unlock indicator lamp lights up when it's, is it this that they want me to use? Just as like information that that's how it works? Sure, let's try it. Fingerprint sensor. Okay, I got it right. They made me nervous. We talked about this earlier today. The lockers can only be opened by the detectives they belong to. But what kind of crazy talk is this? He's sweating. Oh, he's sweating. Well, Detective Gumshoe did mention something about this. In any case, the locks aren't that obvious. There are even some people on the force that don't know about the fingerprint locks. So, Sheriff, what do you have to say in 8 words or less? Why 8 words? Why is that a thing? What are you chewing on? Is that your chewing tobacco? What are you eating? Or is it maybe a strap of leather? No! What do you say? I only have 1 word to say about that? No.
Order, order, order. Witness, explain yourself.
If this is a joke, it's the worst I've ever heard.
I assure you, this is no joke, Officer Marshall. Now then, please tell us what you were doing in the evidence room at the time of the crime.
Yeah.
Olay? Olay?
Olay!
Please answer the question. This judge, I need to know what his day-to-day life looks like. Who is this man? I want to go to the bar with him, like when he's off shift, and be like, who are you? What life do you live? He's always saying some goofball nonsense. What is he now, a bullfighter? That's what I'm saying, Phoenix. What is this man's secret underground nightlife? What's going on? That's all right, Officer Marshall. I believe we can figure the rest out from here.
We can?
Have a look at these floor plans. Judge doesn't go outside the courtroom, he lives there. No, I don't think so. I think he has a wild underground life. There's no place for someone to hide in the evidence room. Yet Officer Meekins didn't see Officer Marshall.
If that's so, then where was the witness?
It seems Mr. Wright has an answer. That's right, the only possible conclusion.
Well then, let's hear it.
Till explodes in the sequel. I hope that's nonsense. Where was the they didn't even let me read it. Where was the what did he ask me? Where was the what? They didn't let me read. Why did they skip that? I was looking at chat. What did he ask me? Where was the what? What am I looking for? I saw where is the what? Where was the witness? Oh, well the witness is Jake Marshall. So he's right there. There you go. Officer Marshall was standing right here.
So Officer Meekins didn't notice him standing there. That's almost as credible as Meekins' warp theory.
Your chamber's empty. Wait, what now? What? Now they're ganging up on me. Wait, did I misunderstand something?
Perhaps you should think a little more about where Officer Marshall was.
I'm pretty freaking sure. Officer Meekins should have seen him in the evidence room. That means the only place he could have been would be... Do I not understand this map? No, I understand the map. You come in down here. Where was Officer Marshall at the time of the crime? Oh, the K is for the V, for the victim. No? What does K and V mean? What do they mean in this instance? Did I think I got confused. V, K gives me bad memory. Oops, V, V, K is Meekins? I was imagining Meekins as the victim. V is Goodman. Okay, I got confused. We were right. I got confused. Okay. I was gonna say, when he was like, where was he? I'm like, I'm pretty freaking sure I know. Like, I'm pretty sure who Marshall was in this. Okay. Okay, I got confused. Okay. They needed to be clearer.
There, but that's where the victim, Detective Goodman, was.
Yes, that's what I was trying to say. Correct, unless the man wasn't Detective Goodman, like we kind of explained earlier already. Like, we've already been through this, Judge. Like, it's not Goodman. We've already decided this, guys. I believe the victim in the video is Officer Marshall. It was you, dressed up like Detective Goodman. But that's preposterous. Officer Meekins witnessed the detective at the crime scene. Once he saw the man's face, he'd know for sure. He didn't see his face. May I point out, though, that Officer Meekins did not know Detective Goodman? He also testified about the man's reaction when confronted.
When I entered the evidence room, I asked him to show his card, sir.
Yes, and how did Detective Goodman respond?
He suddenly pulled a knife on me.
Something about the officer's story puzzled me. If the man had had his ID card, why didn't he just show it?
Yes, he would have needed it to enter the evidence room, so he must have been carrying it.
The answer is simple. He couldn't show it
Because it wasn't him.
As you can see, Detective Goodman's picture is on his ID card. I like how they say "as you can see," but then like actually in the picture, it's just blank.
Oh, I get it.
If he showed that, his cover would have been blown. Officer Meekins would have realized that the man wasn't Detective Goodman. Do you have anything to say to this, Officer Marshall?
I'm chewing on my leather again.
I really don't know what that's supposed to be.
You've got quite an imagination, partner. We got a term for that. It's called circumstantial evidence.
Circumstantial evidence? He's still denying it.
You're gonna have to do better than that to break a detective. Unless you have hard evidence proving I dressed up as the victim.
I can't say I particularly care for your uncooperative disposition.
I can't say I care for your beard, but you don't see me complain. You were literally complaining earlier, actually.
Well, Mr. Wright, do you have any evidence proving beyond a shadow of a doubt that Officer Marshall dressed up as the victim?
Well, who am I kidding? I don't have anything like that.
I can see the fear in your eyes, partner. Seems you're the one who couldn't take the desert heat.
I might not have evidence for that specifically, but like that's like, I don't need that. I don't need evidence that you dressed up as the man. I just need evidence that you could plausibly be there, which means like, I mean, you've lied so many times in your testimony already that like, we're getting Lana off the hook is the ultimate goal here. Beef jerky, is that what it's supposed to be? Really stretchy beef jerky. You know, all the beef jerky I've ever had in my life is like chewy or like tough, but stretchy? I've never had beef jerky stretch like that. I've had jerky that like snaps, but not stretchy. I would love to. I love beef jerky. I love jerky, period. It's so expensive. Like, it's so expensive. It's so expensive. Ah! This can't be happening. It's so obvious he's the one. What can I do? Edgeworth, anything? You got anything going on there, bud? Oh, he's gonna do something.
It looks like your lack of experience has finally been exposed.
What?
I'll pass on to you what someone told me when I was just starting out. When you've run into a wall with no place to go, return to the basics.
The basics? For me, that would be what Mia used to tell me. You guys know what voice I used for Mia. You know.
Phoenix! Try thinking outside the box!
I remember your voice. It was that one. The one that I kind of gave Lana. I didn't think we'd be talking about Mia today. I should look for proof that Officer Marshall was in disguise, but rather I should look for evidence that came about because he was in disguise. That's kind of what I was saying. I don't need to prove that he... Yeah.
Why would you think this locker was opened in the first place?
What do you mean?
There's no reason for Officer Marshall to open his locker at the time of the crime. Yet he did, despite the chance it might be discovered later, as it has been.
Which means he didn't originally plan to open his locker.
According to the defense's argument, Officer Jake Marshall dressed up as Detective Goodman at the time of the crime. Then, after the crime was committed, he opened his own locker for some unknown reason.
The fact that a white cloth is sticking out of the locker seems to indicate that. He opened it in order to put the cloth inside.
So, just what exactly is this piece of cloth?
Perhaps the video is the key to all our unanswered questions. No, Corjan, you lied! I thought we'd never have to see this again! Might be gummy beef jerky? You've never seen that before. Gruntilda voice? I don't have any evidence, so this video is my only shot. Is it? Is it? ... I still want to bring up the 777777777.
Very well, let's take yet another look at the security tape. After committing the crime, the witness opened the locker to put away the white cloth. Please show us why the witness had to open the... Why he had to do it.
I actually don't know why he had to. Like, if he needed to hide it, he could have just taken it with him. Unless the cloth itself is literally the jacket. Unless it's like literally the jacket. I assume it's not the glove. I don't remember where we found the glove exactly because it's been so long, but the glove wouldn't be a cloth, it'd be rubber. But it could be. Let's see with the fight. Hold on, watch. Hang on, when that flag moves, there it is. Because maybe if it's the jacket, if the cloth is the jacket itself, maybe he needed to ditch this because he couldn't like leave with it being all bloodied. It could be the jacket. When it's falling, I don't remember seeing it fall. The cloth falls? The cloth doesn't fall. The glove fell out of the other locker. I don't remember the cloth falling. Unless you're saying it's the glove. I don't remember where we found the glove exactly. It was in this room, but... See, that's it. Let me move my weird hand over here. It doesn't fall. That's it. The locker? No, you're thinking of the glove. That's not the cloth we're talking about. Unless it is. They keep saying cloth. We've already been through the glove, though. Do they want me to do the glove? Is it supposed to be the glove? I don't remember where we found the glove. The glove's made out of rubber. Don't doubt yourself. I think you got it, Mo. I think it's the blood. It falls like cloth. No, Derica, you weren't, I don't think were you here for it? This is a rubber glove. We've actually already done that. Too slow for a cloth? Yeah, I think maybe, I don't remember when you joined us in the stream. I think you missed that. We actually know what this is. That's a rubber glove. After all, what would happen if Marshall left the room with blood all over him? That's what I was thinking. I think it's his bloody jacket. That's what I was thinking. I'm gonna go with that. I mean, good thinking, Derica, since, like, I think you missed that part of the stream, so good thinking. You just didn't happen to be here when we went over that already. There, I'll stop it right there. Give me my hand. I think it's the bloody jacket.
Take that!
For some reason, you disguised yourself as Detective Goodman and entered the evidence room, though I don't know to what end yet. However, something unexpected happened. Yeah, I got slashed. Officer Meekins barged in on you. When asked to show your ID card, you pulled a knife on him. However, Officer Meekins panicked, and the white coat you were wearing was soiled with blood.
A bloody white coat!
You couldn't just walk out like that. So you hid the coat in your locker. Not bad, partner. That's it. Yeah.
Now then, Officer Marshall, are you ready to tell us the truth?
Looks like I underestimated y'all. I hope you're happy now, Mr. Edgeworth. 2 years ago, if you were only half as persistent then as you are today, we all wouldn't have to be here now would we? Officer Marshall, tell the court what you did. All of it. All right. It seems the time has come. Ooh, testimony? Marshall's confession. What does it mean? I had to do it that day. I couldn't just stand by and let it die.
I stole the detective's ID and dressed like him. I planned to take out the evidence. I wasn't expecting Officer Meekins. I knocked him out and managed to escape. I knew which areas wouldn't be caught on the camera. There wasn't any murder in the evidence room at 5:15.
Oh, is that it? I thought there was gonna be more.
So the supposed victim was really you!
But there's one thing I still don't understand. Traces of a large quantity of blood were found on the floor of the evidence room. If no one was murdered, then how could that be? Officer Meekins managed to cut his own hand. My guess is he's the donor.
It was way too much blood for a small donation. So is there more to that? So is there more to the blood? Maybe. We're apparently not done here.
I had to do it that day. I couldn't just stand by and let it die.
Let what die? When you say it, you mean...
Do you even have to ask, partner?
The SL9 incident.
2 years have passed since that case was closed. It was going to completely end with the transferal that day. Not if I have anything to do with it. That incident's not over.
It's because Neil Marshall was one of the victims. But what did you hope to accomplish by sneaking into the evidence room?
When a case is closed, only that case's lead detective can look through the evidence. I wanted to have a look at it myself one more time. No matter what the cost. I don't care what anyone says, partner. That case is mine.
But Officer Marshall wasn't in charge of that investigation. I think it was Lana. Lana and Gantz. I mean, Gant is the lawyer or whatever, but the head of the police department, whatever his position is. Why does he care so much about it? Because Neil Marshall was one of the victims. We haven't made that connection yet in game, but Neil Marshall was one of the victims. And that must be a relation, a brother, a father, I don't know, but
that day was my last chance. That's why I stole the detective's ID and dressed like him. I planned to take out the evidence.
Why did you disguise yourself as Detective Goodman?
If I didn't make it look like Goodman was carrying out the evidence transferal, I'd be arrested for stealing evidence, which wouldn't get me anywhere.
So you did it to fool the security camera.
And the detective's ID card?
I stole that the morning of the incident.
So that really was why Goodman started filling out that lost item report.
I returned his ID card. I left it on the floor in the prosecutor's office parking lot.
The ID card I found was left there by Officer Marshall. So essentially, you managed to succeed despite your lack of foresight.
What do you mean, partner?
I mean the fingerprint activated lock, of course. No matter how well you disguise yourself, you can't change your fingerprints. Under normal circumstances, you wouldn't have been able to open that locker yourself. But he could because a rubber glove just happened to get stuck in the door. That means Detective Goodman must have opened the locker before Officer Marshall.
I wasn't expecting Officer Meekins. I knocked him out.
You pull a knife on Officer Meekins and try to drive him off?
Let's just say I was a little surprised. I only planned on being in the evidence room for no more than 5 minutes. I didn't think anyone would actually come in during that short time.
Officer Meekins certainly is a one-in-a-million type of person. Mistaking a detective for an intruder and demanding to be shown his ID.
I'll have to think a little more about his raise this year. When did Edgeworth get so much influence? Yeah, really, no, when did he get all that influence?
Anyway, he threw himself at me and I ended up cutting him slightly. I'm sorry it had to turn out that way, with me knocking him out and everything.
By the way, what happened to your knife?
Oh, you mean this one?
I don't know what to say. I mean, he's literally holding a knife, that's true.
So you knocked Officer Meekins out and
managed to escape. I knew which areas wouldn't be caught on camera. So you did your research beforehand. Those who go into the desert unprepared don't live long, partner. I didn't think it would make a difference, though. The security tape is erased every 6 hours. If all had gone as planned, no footage would have been left. However, you bloodied your coat in your struggle with Officer Meekins. If someone was in the security room when I came out, the jig would have been up. I opened my locker and stashed it in there. What was Officer Meekins doing during that time? What else? He was sleeping like a baby.
So what you're saying is, on that day,
there wasn't any murder in the evidence room at 5:15. But the blood found at the scene certainly indicates a crime took place. What are you, blind? The victim shown on the tape is me, and I'm not dead yet, partner. So you stole the evidence from the locker? Actually, no, I didn't. Why not? When I opened the locker, the evidence was already gone.
What? Mr. Edgeworth, where is that evidence?
It's still missing, Your Honor. Detective Goodman's locker was already empty. Someone else stole the evidence. Officer Marshall, may I ask you one thing? Fire away, partner. It's a free country. Just remember, I'm also free to decide whether or not to answer. Why did you do this? Stealing a detective's ID, injuring a police officer. This is no small offense. Moreover, you're an officer yourself. This will have serious consequences. It can't just be forgiven with a simple cut in salary. Not that salary cuts are ever a valid solution. Like I said, this isn't your case. This one is mine. And I'll do anything it takes to get an answer I'm satisfied with.
The witness has an unusual amount of zeal. Let's hear more.
I can't just forget the SL9 incident. You know why? But that case was solved 2 years ago, wasn't it?
That's the reason the evidence was stored in the evidence room.
Joe Dark was convicted for his crimes. One thing I can say for sure is he deserved his sentence.
I remember the Joe Dark case. It involved serial murders, didn't it?
I don't intend to complain about how it turned out, but there's something that still bothers me. Something went down at that trial. Something no one will talk about.
What happened?
I don't know. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Put the poor man out of his misery. Answer him, Phoenix. Why is he so concerned with that incident? Oh no, we know why. Maybe I should present him with what I think is his real reason is. I had a feeling we'd wind up here sooner or later. Everyone involved here is related in some way to that case. I'd better take another look at the files. Oh no, yeah, no, I know. Couldn't just let it die. Hang on, when do I do it at the, I can't just forget the SL9. You know why. There we go. Oh yeah, I do. Oh yeah, I do. Officer Marshall, I think I understand. I think I know why you care so much about the SL9 incident. Sounds like you must have been sipping too much cactus juice, partner. I have the SL9 incident file here. The name Marshall is mentioned in here. Yeah, actually, a couple of times, because you got Jake Marshall, Neil Marshall, and a list of murder victims. Neil Marshall. Are you related to this man? Neil Marshall? Wasn't Edgeworth on that case too? You should have known this 2 years ago, Edgeworth. Yeah, I'm sure you've heard the name. 2 years ago, Oh, he has the K trophy. He received the same lousy prosecutor award you got.
What? A prosecutor?
You must be talking about the King of Prosecutors Award. I was wondering when that was gonna finally show up. Now I remember. Prosecutor Neil Marshall. He handled the SL9 case before I did. That's right, he was killed, and the case fell into your hands.
But what's his relation to you?
He was my brother. Moment of silence. He was investigating the murders with Damon Gant, the then Deputy Chief of Police. The group of detectives I was part of worked under them. Yeah, you got Jake, you got Goodman, and you got Angel over here. We were desperate to prosecute the killer. Joe Dark. I think this might be the first time we're actually seeing his face. I don't remember seeing him before. My brother fought Dark and was killed. That was the first time Dark left behind any evidence. That was all we needed. I made the greatest sacrifice. He was arraigned and incarcerated. The case was finally closed. At least, according to public records.
What do you mean?
My brother couldn't have been killed by Joe Dark. I knew my brother better than anyone. No one could have beaten him in a fight. And that's it? That's your reason for your insane actions? There's more to my brother's death than what the records say. No matter how much you try to hide it, you can't fool me. ... indeed.
Well, at least one thing's for certain. Now we know what happened at the police department on the day of the crime.
That was the last day the SL9 case would be reopened. Not satisfied with its not satisfied with its resolution, Officer Marshall planned to steal the evidence. Disguising himself as Detective Goodman, he entered the evidence room. Officer Meekins confronted him, so he rendered him unconscious and fled. Yes, this mystery has finally been cleared up. No murder took place at the police department that day. But about the parking garage. We're still stuck with the Lana thing. The things that happen by chance never cease to amaze. At exactly the same time as the murder at the prosecutor's office, this fake murder was going on at the police department. Chance? It's gotta be more than that. It's not chance.
So if no one was murdered at the police department on the day of the crime, that means the murder in the prosecutor's office parking lot was the real one.
Which in turn means only one person could have committed the crime. Chief Prosecutor Lana Skye. But wait! A verdict wasn't reached in yesterday's trial. Which is why we examined the incident at the police department today. But there's only one reason the defendant was not convicted yesterday. There yet remained the mystery of the simultaneous murder at the police department. It seems to me this boy's got the draw on you, partner. You stay out of this. All the mysteries at the police department have been resolved, no doubt about it. Our sole murder took place at the prosecutor's office. The only suspect is Lana Skye. And the testimony of one Ms. Angel Starr is completely incontestable. If you have a response, make it a single word or less. Objection! Ah! I rest my case.
It seems this trial has reached its conclusion. There's no room for doubt.
Well done, Mr. Wright. Thanks to you, I didn't need to waste my time. I don't know. You thought this would have been concluded yesterday, so I think I sufficiently wasted a lot of your time, and I shall continue to waste even more if I have my way. Disproving the alleged murder at the police department. There's no doubt what I proved today is true. The apparent murder on the security camera's tape really was fake. But I didn't realize that would end up proving Lana guilty.
Now then, the time for the verdict has arrived. This court finds the defendant.
Objection! Objection! Hold it! Wait, who said that? Emma's back! Emma!
Your Honor, wait!
Emma!
The defense has an objection. A scientific objection, right?
I hope so. What do you mean, right?
Mr. Wright, are you this girl's guardian?
Your Honor? Oh, in a sense. Please, Your Honor, all I'm asking is for a minute of your time. Please hear me out. This is wildly not appropriate for court, but if I can get away with it, I'll take it. Mr. Edgeworth, please. Oh, she's appealing to Edgeworth. There's no way he's that cold. I don't want to leave any loose ends. You want a minute, I'll give you 3. I was kind of in shock. I mean, finding out the SL9 incident referred to the Joe Dark killings. Now that she mentions it, the names of both Sky Sisters were in that file. I know, I saw that too. But that's when I figured it out. I mean, what Officer Marshall was trying to do that day. So I knew his fingerprint had nothing to do with the crime. That left only one thing, the other handprint. You mean the traces of blood found on Detective Gumshoe's locker?
But no fingerprints were found on it, right?
No, but I figured if I examined it scientifically, I'd be sure to find a clue. So I ran over there and looked at it again.
Oh, so did you find anything?
No.
Huh?
Sorry, I guess I'm not much of a scientific investigator after all.
Well, I hope you're going somewhere with this. Is that all you've got for us?
Please don't be mad. I'm just a high school student.
And I'm just an attorney. Look, man, I mean, we're all making this up as we go.
But Mr. Wright, those traces of blood are the only clue we have. If we can't find something wrong with them, please, Mr. Wright, you're a professional. If anyone can save Lana, it's you.
What? Oh, boy.
Time's up. Now then, Mr. Wright, with regard to the incident at the police department, does any reasonable doubt remain?
I mean, yeah, but I don't know how to prove that. It appears the defense is troubled by the other blood mark. Looking at the floor plans, a handprint was discovered around here. Which is strange, considering, like, where the camera would have had to been placed, like, around here, if you guys can see my mouse. The camera would have been around here somewhere. And we didn't see Marshall pass in front of the camera on his way out. So with the cardboard cutout being about right here in front of that locker, either the blood print was there before Marshall showed up and he didn't notice it or talk about it, which is weird, or it happened after, which is also weird. But we found the pool of blood. So that handprint must have happened after Marshall left? Is that where we're going with this? Care for a hint? I don't think I need a hint yet. We're still talking. What do you mean hint? What do you mean hint? What do you mean? No. Is there a problem with this?
Mr. Wright, I'm sorry I can't be of more use. But still, if you can't find anything wrong with that blood mark, Lana will be...
Please answer my question, Mr. Wright. We don't have all day.
Yes, Your Honor. If ever I've needed to concentrate, it's now. Okay, so here we are. Am I doing a thing? What could be wrong with that handprint on Detective Gumshoe's locker? Could there be something I'm missing? Yeah. You jumped to the gun. I see that. It's like you're asking me if I want a hint, and I'm like, I'm mid-dialogue. I think I'm onto something, though. Is what I said earlier about the time frame, does that make sense? Am I onto something there? I'm gonna object.
Objection!
This handprint left at the crime scene clearly shows a contradiction of some kind. We'll work it out. Edgeworth's like, okay. The only thing that seems clear is you're grasping, Mr. Wright.
You've been staring pretty intently at those floor plans. Tell me, is there a problem with them?
Yeah, the location of the cardboard cutout, honestly. But, I mean, we'll see where this goes. Yes, this is strange. Take a good look at these floor plans. Every time I do, I laugh. Take a look at this photograph. Something is missing. Missing? You mean something hasn't been drawn on there? Precisely. Yes, something that, when drawn, will completely change the meaning of the blood mark. Oh my God. What if the twist is that Meekins did kill Goodman? What if it's Meekins? I don't think it is. But he's the one that would have placed, if it has something to do with that stupid cardboard cutout, Meekins is the one that put it there. That will be insane. I don't know how it would work. I don't know why it would make sense, but he is the one that put it there. I think that would be insane.
Let us pray the defense isn't simply trying to buy time. Very well, Mr. Wright.
With all this evidence here, there's got to be something I can use.
The question is, which item can prove something is missing in the floor plans?
Found it. It's this. What about that piece of plywood? The Blue Badger, mascot of the police force. Defender of truth, guardian of proof. Explain yourself, Mr. Wright. Please look at this photograph. The floor plans of the crime scene. The Blue Badger is not there. So watch what happens when we put him in. This is where he was dancing at the time of the crime. I guess it could, okay, if it was that close to the locker, I wasn't sure how close to the locker he was. If it's that close, it could have happened before Marshall showed up. I'm a little unclear about the timing, but still, we'll get there. We'll piece this together. Well,
what?
That's right. So long as the Blue Badger is dancing here, it would be impossible to place a handprint at this spot on the locker. Okay, that's a good point. If it was that close, and if the murder didn't happen before, because there was no blood in the room before, then the blood would have had to show up after it was moved, which was after Meekins woke up and moved him. There we go. Here we go. We got there. What?
So that means, just exactly what does that mean?
It means it can't be done!
What are you saying? Blood traces were undeniably found on that locker.
Don't look at me, I didn't put it there. Mr. Wright, think it through, scientific. How did you get over here? I thought you were on the stand a second ago. Actually, yeah, no, when did, have you been here the whole time? Emma, on that afternoon, Officer Meekins was the one who brought the Blue Badger to the evidence room, right? After he put it down, it would be impossible to leave a handprint on that locker. So that must mean this blood mark was left there before the Blue Badger was brought in. Oh, no, sorry. Was left there before the Blue Badger was brought in? Or after?
Just one moment. I will not allow such far-fetched balderdash in my courtroom.
Because it can go either way. It can go either way. It either happened before and Meekins covered it up, and the conspiracy is Meekins was involved, or it happened after. And I don't know who showed up after. The murder had to happen before for all of this to make sense. Did Meekins cover it up? Because he always does what he's told? And if Gant told him to do it, he'd do it, because he does what he's told. I still think Gant's involved somehow. We'll see. I'm blasting wild. I'm firing wild.
Just one moment, I will not stand for such balderdash.
It may sound far-fetched, Your Honor, but it's the only possible explanation. On February 21st, in the police department's evidence room, blood was spilled not once, but twice. But how? One time was captured on this tape, taken by the security camera. That would have been the second time. Officer Meekins cut his hand, from which a trivial amount of blood fell. The problem is the other time. I'm still unclear if it happened before or after, but like we're right here at like almost it's 5:15, and Goodman had to be dead by 5:30. Someone bled prior to the struggle on this tape, so it had to happen before. Yep, yeah, because it had to have been. It had to have been Detective Goodman when he was really murdered. Yes. That's ridiculous. I refuse to accept your absurd claim. The murder portrayed in the security tape has been proven to be a fake. However, that does not explain the blood mark found on the locker. So then, assuming this murder you purport really happened, when did it take place? I demand you show evidence that proves when it occurred. When did the first incident occur? Just based on purely memory, because it had to be... An hour and a half. At about 4:20. At about 4:20 blazing.
To summarize, the defense claims that prior to Officer Meekins being cut by Jake Marshall, who was posing as Detective Goodman, another incident took place in that evidence room.
That's right, the blood mark on the locker proves this.
Very well, then tell us, when did this first incident occur? As Mr. Edgeworth said, proof must be presented.
Proof that shows when the murder took place. There's only one piece of evidence that can show that.
Now then, will the defense please present this evidence? What shows when the first crime took place?
You're darn right, it's right here. Oops, not check, I'm sorry. But this is what I'm doing, not check, sorry, present. Present, there it is. If the crime took place inside the evidence room, then the killer would have had to enter it. And in order to do so, an ID card would have been required.
An ID card? Oh, the ID card record!
Da 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 da! Officer Meekins brought the Blue Badger panel into the evidence room at...
Let's see here, 4:50.
Yep, that's when Meekins showed up. So half an hour before that, however, if the crime took place before that... Oh, Miles was there at 4:40 too!
Oh! If the crime took place before that time, then it would be 4:40 p.m. Oh!
So Edgeworth would have been there for it.
Miles Edgeworth! Just what have you done?
I never would have figured you had the nerve, boy. Drop the axe, witness. It doesn't take a lot of thought to figure out it couldn't have been me. Nope, I ain't getting it.
I'm afraid I don't understand either.
It's clear from the luminol test that blood was there. However, when the second crime took place, both Officer Meekins and Officer Marshall failed to notice the blood. That means the blood from the first crime was wiped away by the real murderer. I would have had just 10 minutes to murder the victim, carry his body away, and clean up the blood. Unfortunately, that's physically impossible. Although, admittedly, whoever 7 is, they only had 20 minutes, which is still not a lot of time to clean up a lot of blood.
That would mean the crime must have taken place before Mr. Edgeworth entered the evidence room.
Let's look at the chart again, because we have another option available to us, which, Miles, you're still not off the hook here. I don't think you did it, but you're not off the hook. There's only one other card number remaining, 777 777 7. Talk about a lucky number.
But wait, that doesn't make sense. How could Detective Goodman have entered the evidence room?
Since there's no record of his card being used beforehand, he must have entered along with the real murderer. Oh, that makes sense. I didn't really think about that, but that makes sense. My brain just hadn't even gotten that far yet, but that makes sense. That's the only plausible explanation. He went in with 7777777.
Mr. Edgeworth, please look into this ASAP!
Oh, no, yeah, hang on a second. Mr. Edgeworth is on the, like, he can't be the only one looking into this, okay? Like, we need multiple people.
Find out whose ID number is 7777777.
That one's 7 too many. Oh, did he say it too many times? I didn't count. Unfortunately, I'm unable to look up the owner of that ID card. At least at present. What? Explain yourself, son. The ID number 7777777 belongs to someone with a rank of captain or higher. Someone who is a so-called executive officer. Then it is Gant, which is what I thought all along. It's what I thought from the very beginning, if you'll remember from the beginning of the stream. I started to second guess myself and think maybe there was a crazy world where it was Marshall, but I thought it was Gant. We don't have the authority to inquire into such a person's identity. Oh, we got the authority, all right. Now that's ridiculous, just how... I'm not finished talking, Mr. Wright. There is one situation in which we can be granted such authority.
If an official...
Sorry, I gotta chew my eyes. It's cold.
If an official charge filed against an executive is accepted...
An official charge? You're all alike, aren't you? With your cover-ups and your forgeries. That's how the prosecutor's office operates. I take pride in my work, Officer Marshall. I would appreciate it if you would keep your slander to yourself. Slander, is it? Okay, let me ask you a question. Yes? No, not to you, to her, the defendant sitting over there. Your own little executive. Lana? Don't be stupid. She's been charged with murder. Of course, we've looked up her ID number, and it's not 7777777. Don't play me for a fool, partner. That's not what I want to ask. All I want to know is one thing about that incident.
The SL9 incident?
Answer me this, Chief Prosecutor. In that trial 2 years ago, did you really only use legitimate evidence? Oh, this is just getting wild now. We got all kinds of back and forth. Do you need the witness to repeat his question, Chief Prosecutor? Oh my God.
I heard him just fine, Mr. Edgeworth.
2 years ago, I was in charge of the prosecution for that trial. At the time, we...
Occasionally, we felt the powerlessness of the law. At least, I did.
This sounds like a confession of some sort.
Lana, I became a prosecutor in order to suppress crime with the law. But before I realized it, we were the ones being suppressed by the law.
Defend it! Just what are you saying?
I ask you again, Chief Prosecutor. During that trial 2 years ago, did you really present all the evidence in court? Can you look me in the eye, an investigator in that crime, in the eye, and say that you did?
Chief Prosecutor, you didn't!
I don't have to, Officer Marshall.
Oh, why won't you answer him?
Drastic crimes require drastic measures. That's just the way it is. We did what we had to in order for him to get the verdict he deserved. But Lana, even if it involved forging evidence.
What does that mean? What does that mean? What does that mean? What evidence did you forge? Where is Neil Marshall? Wait. See, that's what I'm talking about. What if the forged evidence is that Lana murdered Neil Marshall and set it up to look like Dark did it? So that they'd finally convict Dark. And Neil would have never seen it coming from an insider. What if Lana is a murderer, just not for Goodman? How is Gantz involved in all this? I don't know, but... No! No!
Order, 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 order!
Lana's remarks caused such a stir. The chaos in the courtroom could not be quelled. The conclusion of the trial would have to wait until the following day. To be continued. Oh my God. Absolutely are we saving our progress. This is actually kind of intense. Okay, well that's great timing. We're gonna pick this up next time that we play this. That's gonna do it for today's stream. That blows everything open. That blows everything open. That's crazy. I don't know how to. I think I have to start the day to get to the pause menu so I can quit the game. Hold on a second. Options. Here we go. How do I get out? Tile screen. Here we go. We're working on it. Wow. Wow indeed. That blows everything open. We need to learn more about the SL9 incident, about that case, about that operation. But it sounds to me, if we believe Jake Marshall's word at face value, that it would have taken more than, what was his name? Something Dark. Jack Dark? Something Dark. If Dark wouldn't have been able to beat Neil Marshall one-on-one, then he either got some help or it was an inside job and then set up to look like him. That's Joe Dark. Thank you. It's crazy. So what if Lana is the murderer just to get a serial murderer put away? I'm a little unclear about who murdered Goodman, though. What if Gant murdered Goodman before the SL9 incident case could be transferred and closed forever? Gant murders Goodman to blow the case open again so that we could figure out who actually murdered Dark all those years ago. And Gant is thinking he's going to get away with the murder of Goodman by trying to set up Lana as the murderer of both Goodman and Neil Marshall. Question is, why would Gant want to blow this open and get Lana in trouble if they were ostensibly on the same team? Was Gant working on the inside along with Joe Dark? Lana's the reason Joe Dark got sentenced to death. What's going on here? We don't have any actual evidence on Gant, but we know he wears gloves. And the murderer wore a glove. We still haven't accurately identified the murderer. We haven't so far it looks like Lana, but it doesn't seem to check out that Lana would have murdered Goodman, because why would Lana murder Goodman and accidentally blow open the SL9 case if Lana is actually guilty in the SL9 case? She has no incentive to blow this open. She would have just wanted to ride it out. The only person that would have wanted to blow this case open is someone close enough to the case from before. And that leaves us with Gant was on the case, Jake Marshall was on the case, Edgeworth was on the case. The problem here is that why would Edgeworth blow this open? What motive does he have? We don't have any. We actually don't have a motive for Gant either. But he's also kind of new to this. He's new to this operation, case, court, trial, whatever. So I'm going on him. I plead the fifth. I think I know what happened. I think I get it. But we need to piece it together and get our evidence. Well, that's going to do it for tonight's stream. That's going to do it for what we have today. We will have to pick this up. And also, why would Jake kill his own brother? I don't think he would. I think the reason Jake was trying to get to that evidence, I think it's sheer coincidence that Jake was pretending to be Goodman to get into the evidence room on the same day that Goodman actually got murdered. I think that's coincidence that ended up blowing Jake's whole thing and Meekin's whole thing. I think might have been just like one wild coincidence, but it's what got us to this whole thing right now. I don't know. It might not be a coincidence. There might be a little extra detail in there that makes it make sense. But yeah, I think Jake didn't do it. He was just pretending to be Goodman to get evidence. So that's gonna do it. It's very late, but that's a great spot to stop. So piece it together. If you've played the game before, you know exactly what's going on. But if you haven't played it before, maybe keep it a mystery a little bit longer. We will return to this soon. Probably next week, maybe, if I can fit it in. So stay tuned for more information. Tomorrow we're playing some Roblox early at 4 p.m. So join in for a couple hours of Roblox. I will be busy at 8. So early stream tomorrow. And then Friday is Members Choice. And then no stream Saturday. And then Sunday is our 16-hour marathon stream starting at 8 in the morning and going until midnight. Join us for that. We'll be playing a few games and hanging out all day. So tune in when you can. That's it for today. Thank you all so much for watching. Before you go, make sure you hit that like button. And until next time, bye.